Honest to God, just running around. Don't point at me. Oh, okay. Listen, you. Is that the ticket?
That's the most producer thing on the planet is to point at the talent to go, hey.
Oh, talent.
No, it's
the
Tom.
talent. You know, the talent, Tom, is...
Well, I can't say the asshole, so I have to say the talent, so...
Well, Catherine does.
I wish our talent had more talent.
Yes, wouldn't it be nice? It's absolutely true. Now, we were just having a bitch of a time because for some reason my desktop wouldn't stop playing the audio.
Oh.
But what's your name again?
Doesn't matter. We restarted his computer, and then the volume was blaring, and then I had to quickly figure out how to work Adele.
Adele.
How'd she like it?
I know, I was waiting for it.
She worked Adele. Does she have big old giants?
Of course she does.
That's what I thought. No question.
And so we gave Justin a pep talk today. We called Justin. We're both not thriving, my husband and me, because Gogo had her 1-year shots and woke up a bunch last night. And Tom gave him a big old pep talk today. You're a complete disaster.
Get off your ass and get to work. Let's go. It was a great pep talk.
It was great. I was like, Justin, this is what I get to experience for a half hour before the show every day. And he goes, oh, makes sense why you're so motivated all the time.
There you have it. So I went over to the neighbor's house.
Yeah?
And there's a couple. It's one of the people who lives next door to me's daughter and her husband. Mm-hmm. Well, it's the trans people I was telling you.
Yeah.
Right? So now I had to hear 2 days in a row. Oh, you know, Brittany and Rudy are really good. I'm like, oh, Jesus. This is going to be the rest of my goddamn life now.
They have such good taste.
They have really good taste, don't you think?
Your neighbors? Mwah.
Yeah, okay.
We need to have that cul-de-sac party, and they can tell me to my face how
I'm
talented I am.
I'm trying to get it teed up, but it's really hard to do.
Yeah.
Because there are only 2 dates open. So I got to figure it out. I got to start... Plus, I'm going to have to, not let everybody know because I can't be having, 100 people in the driveway. That would not be good.
It's a cul-de-sac.
It's still, that's way too many. If you had a gigantic grill truck from Jimmy Francis.
I got a cul-de-sac, and everyone but me and the Goldens go out of town almost every weekend. So we, own that cul-de-sac.
Yeah. Which Goldens?
Priscilla and Brian.
Oh, because I thought you were talking about my buddy.
No, but... If they're like my Goldens, I already love them.
Richard Golden's one of the nicest people. He's a doctor.
Ooh.
One of the nicest guys you'd ever want to meet in your life. I hope he's not listening to hear this, because otherwise it'll be...
He's a doctor.
No, he's a great guy. Really, really good guy.
A doctor of what?
Richard Golden, a doctor of keeping me from shooting someone.
Like internal medicine? Like your general practitioner, kind of?
No, he's got a specialty. Well, I think he's retired now, actually, so... It all works out in the end. So we're just looking. I was trying to look and find. I'm on Newser, which is a national news site, and it's not way far left or way far right. It's kind of leans left.
It's such a cute name. It always sounds
Newser?
like Mouser.
Doesn't sound anything like Mouser.
No, I mean my mind always goes Newser, Mouser. Probably brain damage.
You call the hospital.
Call Dr. Golden.
Call an
I
ambulance.
was checking to see what he can do.
I think she just had a brain seizure.
We got a case of the Newsers, Doc.
Yeah, the Newsers. She's got the Newser. Oh, my God. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Terrible news. I'm trying to find information on this vote last night, because didn't they vote? I think the House voted on the new whatever, debt relief agreement, I guess is what you call it. But I can't find it in the news at all this morning. Now, why would that be?
I don't know. I didn't see it in the Trib either.
Oh, here's one. I finally found it. It's about the 9th story down.
Okay.
Are those just my headphones, or because I am really, really breaking up? But it might be my headphones.
I think it's your headphones.
It must just be your
dying.
headphones because
Jesus
I got a
Christ.
perfect signal.
Okay, use the back one.
Don't tell me how to do it.
Okay, sorry.
How dare you help?
I know.
Now's the time to talk shit because he can't hear us.
Yeah,
Brittany.
little bitch. Oh, wait, I'm in the room with him.
Bitch. I think, will that do it? Let me see if this will do it. Yeah, these are
thanks,
good.
Rudy.
So, I must have missed that one.
Realizing you're an idiot is exhausting.
What are you laughing at?
He goes, now's the time to talk shit so he can't hear.
Well,
And
I know.
forgot-
Well, that's-
but I
that's-
was in
I'm
the
used
room
to
with
that.
you, and so I was like, yeah, you little bitch. And then I was like, oh,
Yeah, bitch.
damn it.
There you have it.
I'm so tired.
So what are you guys going to do for a job after you leave here?
I don't know.
You
We don't
pains in the
have
ass.
any skills.
Yeah, I don't know what Brittany's going to do. I'll be just fine. I'm sure Brittany has
Be no
got...
problem. It will not be a problem.
Justin, I'm coming home early today.
What we had yesterday, of course, is 95,000 people in studio,
Mm-hmm.
and not one of them put the headphones back on the charger. So this is my third set of headphones I'm wearing this morning. Hopefully it'll work. Mm-hmm. I just don't understand why they don't put them back.
I don't think they even know they're supposed to. Like, those look...
Well, no, it's just decoration over there.
It looks like they're just like on. It kind of does look like decoration. I've never used wireless headphones until here.
You still don't. What do you mean till here?
I mean, I've used them here.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have the first time I came in.
Oh, just the first day. That
And I
was
was like,
it.
never again.
That was the first day.
They're nice. I just don't trust the process.
I don't like being tethered to the wall. That's
like
the problem I have.
Movement, just in case somebody comes in. to
Indeed, indeed. So, but yeah, these headphones sound really good. Yeah, the first ones didn't work at all. The second ones were breaking up, which means they were losing charge. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we're fully professional.
Fight. Tell us about the
There's no question about it.
debt ceiling.
Okay, so here's the latest on the debt ceiling, and basically, I should probably deliver it like the Crusher because it's all it is all-star wrestling bullshit. It's all. Hey, do you guys watch any of this?
All-Star Wrestling? I watch a lot of it.
Well,
That explains a
because
lot.
watching the Senate and the House now is like watching All-Star Wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, they're not going to pass this thing Saturday night at the St. Paul Auditorium. I'm going to take them on. It's all BS. They're going to pass it. Ooh. Ladies and gentlemen, let's honor Brittany. What's your name again?
Not sure.
can't
Bernard. I'm working on
Brittany
it.
Bernard. Yeah, there you go. That's great news. There you go, right there. Justin was very nice this morning.
I know he loves you, and you just had him giggling, which is so nice because we both were so tired.
Well, he was not awake when you called him. I can promise. He answers the phone like,
He's probably because his office is right next to the baby's room, so
Oh,
he's
yeah.
probably just whispering. But he was up. We've been up since like 3. But yeah,
okay, so here's the deal. No matter what you heard, I'm trying to dig through this and try to find some truth in all of it. The Newser has the headline. This is from the Newser staff, as a matter of fact. Debt ceiling bill clears big hurdle, clears House Rules Committee, vote to advance to House floor. But there's one guy, where's that puke from that's bitching and pissing and moaning about everything? God, he was on TV all day yesterday. We're never going to pass this. It's horrible. It's horrendous.
I don't know.
In other words, he's trying to gain favor with his own voting bloc. That's
like-
what he's trying to do.
He's building up hype.
You know what we do now with our politicians is more me now, and then we'll get around to the party eventually.
They got to do their Prince quotes. Remember?
Oh, God, I just hate it so much. All this is them getting reelected, therefore scamming money from people with influence.
Yeah.
That's all this is. They were always. Now, let me ask you both this. Was there any chance they were not going to pass this because we would go so deeply in debt we may never recover?
No.
Yeah, you're right. It does feel like a bunch of BS. Although I was listening to a finance podcast the other day, and there was a gentleman on there who it was kind of harsh to hear him speak because he was saying things like, they give out that they're too big to fail. The banks are too big to fail. This is too big to fail. They're not. Feel free to go ahead and let them fall. Like, why is it that we have to take a bunch of funds out of taxes and our good money that should be going to things that we need to be able to bail out Wells Fargo? Hey, Wells Fargo, you didn't get your shit together. Now you got a bunch of people that are unemployed, and it's your fault. So why is that our problem? Like, and I guarantee there's people out there that are like, well, what are people going to do for jobs? You figure it out. That's what you do. You figure it out. Just like Brittany and I are going to have to do 3 months from now. You just figure out how
3
you're going to
days.
make some money.
3 days.
Yeah, I was
days,
gonna
okay.
say. I thought I got fired at least twice already
Yeah.
this morning.
Just today.
I
That's
just
exactly right.
I just don't get it. The bank's number one job is to be good with money.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The number
Oh,
one
yeah.
job is to like count money, know how much money they have, be aware of money. So like, what the heck's going on? I get that I can go into debt. I get that I've gone over my credit limit or my bank account. But like, the bank shouldn't.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you, because somebody told me this, and I don't know it to be true, and I haven't done the research yet. But they're claiming that one of the people that invented hedge funds, which is the problem, by the way, hedge funds are a huge problem because we're going to take every bit of worth out of this business and it's going to tank, but I'm going to get really rich. That's basically what a hedge fund is, right? Well, they're saying now that George Soros invented the hedge fund. Is that true? I haven't looked into it enough to even know. But I know he destroyed the economy in Hungary using that tactic, or those tactics, I guess. I just, look, what I would like to see is that once one of these pukey sons of bitches in Washington, D.C. get up and go, you know what? Maybe it's time we serve the people and stop caring about us so much.
But how do you know who is being, and you and I have talked about this all the time, how do you know which person that comes up to you sincerely wants to do that and who is grandstanding? And
They're all grandstanding. You're right about that.
So how do we know? Like,
I know.
you want to hear somebody say, like, hey, I want to help the people. I want, I want to raise the community all up and all these things. And you go, cool, me too. Love that for us.
It goes back 150 years at least. Well, maybe not 120 years at least, because what happened is that all of these very, very wealthy people were allowed to just gather all this money together for about, 3 to 6 months to a year, whatever it was. And as soon as they had all of their money secured and safe, then they started the federal income tax. Isn't that unbelievable?
Yeah.
They let you get away with all your money without paying any income tax at all. But then once you were solid and you were safe, you guys got to pay federal taxes now. What is that? Why do we let them get away with this?
I think most people, you just hit a wall. Like, I don't want to deal with I don't want to.
Yeah, but you don't want to pay 55, 60% income tax, do you?
No, I mean,
because it's going to get there, by the way.
I just saying that, like, you find yourself absolutely paralyzed with these. There's no. What am I gonna go fight the good fight? What do you want me to do? Like, I didn't even put on socks today. I'm wearing slippers.
I know, it's true. She's not even wearing shoes, for
I'm
Christ's
wearing
sake.
shoes. I just took them off because I was wearing slippers and your computer needed help.
She walked in and I saw the way she was dressed. I went, listen to a story about a girl named Jed, the poor mountaineer. Jesus. Shoeless.
Yeah.
I was only shoeless when your computer I took them off so I could sit a certain way. I'm just saying I'm not the one who's going to be figuring out the political.
I got to tell you this too, Rudy. Yesterday, well, I can't say where I was. Doesn't matter. The guy walks up to me and says, what do you think he said, Brittany?
Says,
Oh, Brittany's so amazing.
That's exactly
oh my
what it
gosh,
was.
it was Mickey Mouse's cousin?
No, honest to God, he went up and used that voice too. And he kind of went, oh, Brittany's so special and wonderful.
Oh, Brittany's so amazing.
Oh, she's, without her, where would you be?
Rudy, will you get me that clip as an audio for both of you guys? I'm going to go ahead and make that my ringtone. Oh, Brittany's so amazing.
Oh, Britt's the best.
Thanks, Guy. I needed that.
You're a disaster.
Trust me, I'm hearing I'm a disaster from every person in my life except these people, mystery people coming up to you.
Hey, I'm telling you, it happens all the time. They really like you guys a lot.
That's weird.
And again, I'll ask this question. How many times do you think somebody came up to me that wasn't about money, where they said, boy, Tom, people really like you? How many times did they did that over at the Q in 37 years? That would be zero.
Which is like wild. I think.
Why do they do that?
Ray Eric had a good point yesterday when he was talking.
I love Ray Eric.
I love him.
Great guy.
Oh, we got a lot of feedback about the show yesterday. Just people just love the group. Yeah, people liked you.
Oh God, I better change my viewpoint.
It's just funny because I think it's crazy. Like Ray Eric had a good point yesterday. How did you not know that the show was as big as it was? And you must have been able to just feel it in the air because so many people knew what you were doing all the time.
Oh, you mean the KQ show?
Yeah.
Well, I saw the ratings. Not from them, by the way.
Yeah.
I never saw them from them. I had to see them from someone else.
Do you think they were just worried that seeing the ratings would throw you off, like good or bad?
Why would it throw me off? We got there.
Because I know, but like some shows and some DJs I guess DJs is a very weird word.
DJs,
I know.
man.
Some people don't want to see ratings at all. Like, have you ever worked, Rudy, with anybody that doesn't want to see the ratings?
I'm that person. I never wanted to see them.
Did you really?
Ever. No, I never wanted to see them because I never cared. I didn't care about what anybody else was doing. Like, an old program director would be like, hey, well, numbers are blah, blah, blah against so-and-so. And I'm like, I don't care about any of that. If I'm worried about what somebody else is doing, I'm not worrying about what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And that's the person I need to be worried about.
I understand that. Absolutely. They never even told me, by the way, that it was the #1 rated show in America. Had the highest ratings in America, and they never told me that. Why would you do that? See, now, when people come up to me and tell me, like, honest to God, the real reason I had Tim on yesterday from Niemeyer is because he was raving about you and Rudy at lunch that day. He's a huge fan of both of you. I mean, he's a huge fan of the show, but it's all parts of the show that he really likes. This guy, other guy yesterday, Brittany, Rudy, I hear that crap all. But I will say this again, like I told you yesterday, after I brought it up. Why don't people in business with you tell you, hey, man, I ran into a lot of people that really like you? You never hear that. Do you?
No, I mean,
How many times in your career somebody come up and said, people really like you, Brittany?
it's rare. It's rare in
Why?
general. But, like,
You know who's a huge fan of yours? Huge fan of yours. Probably your biggest fan.
my Beverly?
Doug Sprinthal.
Dougie.
Oh, yeah, they're Dougie. My
'cause-
buddy Dougie. He's a huge fan of yours. Loves you.
Paying Doug for a while now. It's just funny.
I've been shelling out the dough.
Yes.
But me telling you that yesterday,
Yeah.
wouldn't my position be much better because now you have an extra boost of confidence and happiness and all? Isn't that better for all of us?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's really
So why don't
sweet.
they do that?
I don't know because I always tell. I mean, there's so many people that come up to me about you,
Oh, no.
but it's so funny with you. They always are excited to talk about something you talked about with me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they feel part of the show, like in a cool
Yeah,
way.
yeah, that's true. I
like,
understand that.
Even when my mom came to town, she was like, well, when Tom said that, it was like a very much so she's part of the conversation. She was like,
Right.
yeah, when he said this, I agreed with him. When you guys talked about this, I kept thinking this. She had real feelings yesterday about us getting the Egert and the Eaglet
Yeah.
wrong.
Oh, Eaglet and
She
Egret,
was like,
yeah.
Brittany, you should know. We have them at our cabin. And I was like, I did saw them. So
But
it's so
eaglets or egrets?
Egrets.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Well, probably eaglets too.
Probably,
but I just
yeah.
don't see them as much.
Probably
I wouldn't
true.
hang with babies. But no, it's just funny because that's what I get a lot of feedback. It's not like people coming up to me and saying, but I know they're having fun because they want to, and I love talking about it with like anybody who comes up. So I think a lot of times it's like they feel it's a part of the conversation, which I love. It's like why I love when people email us.
Mm-hmm.
I love the continued conversation about everything.
Are you getting more and more emails as time goes by?
Yeah, I just got one from Peter.
Oh, here we go.
Can you see me light up?
Oh, Brittany.
Brittany, I really like you.
Oh, see?
Peter from Baxter.
Yeah.
I told you.
From
it had to be
Baxter.
about her.
Nice.
Thanks, Peter. No, but you know
Isn't
what?
that where the men's prison is, Baxter?
Hey, mate, I didn't ask where Peter came from. He's
Can I
my
tell you my
side
favorite?
boo.
Can I tell you my favorite prison story?
No, yeah, of course you should.
Because I used to go visit a lot of friends in the prison because some people I grew up with were criminals.
Okay,
Right.
yeah.
My favorite thing.
Which one were you visiting at the time?
Well, this was not prison; it was the workhouse.
Okay.
Which is jail still, but it's not prison, right? So I'm out there, and I don't want to say who I was picking up, but he might have been a relative, if you know what I'm saying. And he might not be with us anymore. Yes, it was Troy. I went to pick him up
Troy.
from work. My
Troy.
brother Troy was in the workhouse.
Yep.
So I go to pick him up, and I walk in, and there was this. Did you guys remember Mad Dog Vachon?
Yeah, of course. How could
Okay,
you
do
not?
remember the wrestler
Only
Mad
from
Dog
you,
Vachon?
yeah, and I've looked him up since you've mentioned it, but I didn't know him prior.
There was a guy, he looked like he's about 80 years old, and he looked just like Mad Dog Vachon. Only he would shuffle along. He'd just shuffle his feet. He wouldn't lift his feet, he would shuffle them because he was, I don't know, so, although 80's not that old, should be able to walk, but he looked just like Mad Dog Vachon. And I'm standing there, and this group of dazzling urbanites, I was talking to them, and one goes, oh man, it's Mad Dog, like that. So we look down the hall, and Mad Dog looks like he's, well, let me put it this way. It looks like he spilled a pot of soup on his lap.
Oh no.
So all of a sudden he's walking, and And I can't say what Mad Dog said, but I'll get as close as I can. As he comes closer, this guy goes, "Hey, Mad Dog, you pissed your pants again." And he goes, "F you, F you, F you." And he just kept saying it over and over again. It was the greatest moment of my life. "Hey, Mad Dog, you pissed your pants again."
Hey, Mad Dog, just looking out. Just looking out, Mad Dog. That story's crazy. There's like elements to that story that are actually insane. And the fact, yeah.
Well, you got to go visit people in prison. Have you ever visited anybody in prison?
Nah.
It's quite the experience, I will tell you, because all the guys, even though you're in the visitor's room, try to act like tough guys. And you're like, move your chair back. I'm going home and you're staying here, you dope. I mean, like, everybody in there's a tough guy. Like, you're in prison.
I'm trying to think of anybody I could even. I don't think I know anybody in prison. I mean, I've known people in jail with like DUIs for the weekend.
Sure. Yeah.
But like nobody's visiting them.
Well, yeah, well, that's true. All right, we do have to take a break in a second here. The weather, hot and humid with isolated thunderstorms this afternoon, a high of 91. Tonight, warm with an isolated thunderstorm, a low of 68. Then tomorrow, hot and humid, a few thunderstorms possible. Now, these are just coming and going, right? Not all day.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like anyway. High of 90 tomorrow. So, 91 today, 90 tomorrow. On Friday, hot and humid, scattered thunderstorms, a high of 90 again, and a high again on 90. So it's going to be 90 today, tomorrow, Friday, Saturday. And then it drops all the way down to 89 on Sunday.
Ew. Stay in the 90s. Do you
Yeah,
guys
there
like
you go.
90? Is that too hot for you?
No, I like it.
Nah, it's fine because I know that in 5.5 months I'll be bitching about how cold it is. So I'll take 90. Yeah.
You got that right.
True that.
Oh, God.
Is that not cool?
Was it a hip-hop station
True
now?
that.
Get up with the get down.
Hey, Tom, you pissed yourself.
Hey, Tom, you pissed your pants again.
Yeah, Kurt.
You got to do that every once in a while. Just throw it in once in a while. Hey, Tom, you pissed your pants again.
I should have it when a guest is here and we'll just act real normal about it. Like, don't get up.
Exactly.
It's fine. Don't worry
I
about it.
could just take like a soda and pour it on my pants and go, oh, damn it, let me.
I think it should be real. I think you should
Oh, I
commit
actually
to the
should
bit.
pee.
Yeah.
I should pee my pants. Okay.
I mean, it's the least you can do for the show.
I could do that.
Thank you.
It is partly cloudy and 67 now. Maybe an isolated thunderstorm this afternoon with a high of 91 today. We'll take a break. Be right back in a couple of minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, Kristyn Burtt coming up. Minutes from now, as you know, my friend Mike Lindell has a passion to help everyone get the best sleep of their lives. He didn't stop by simply creating the best pillow. Mike created the Giza Dream bed sheets. They look and feel great, which means an even better night's sleep for me, which is crucial for my busy schedule. What do you think of that?
Way to flex.
Yes. Mike found the best cotton called Giza. It's ultra soft and breathable, but extremely durable. Mike's Giza Dream Sheets. They come with a 60-day money-back guarantee, a 10-year warranty as well. Yes, I did say a 10-year warranty as well. Giza Dream Sheets come in a variety of sizes and colors. Mike's latest incredible deal is the sale of the year. For a limited time, you'll receive 50% off the Giza Dream Sheets. You will receive a set for as low as $29.98. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the Radio Podcast Square, and use promo code TOM. There, you'll find not only this amazing offer, but also deep discounts on all MyPillow products, including the MyPillow 2.0 mattress topper, MyPillow towel sets, and so much more. Call 800-516-5146, use promo code TOM, or go to MyPillow.com. Make sure you use the promo code TOM.
Hello, I'm Brad Huckle, President at North American Banking Company.
And I'm Mike Bilski, CEO at North American Banking Company.
As a community bank based right here in the Twin Cities, we believe in taking the time to get to know our customers and their businesses.
And part of that is hiring and cultivating a team of experienced lenders. When your business banks with us, you're not training in a new, inexperienced banker.
In fact, our bankers have worked with many of the same customers for years, earning their trust. We get to know you and your business, and you get to know and rely upon us.
When your business is looking to capitalize on an opportunity or solve a problem, we'll be here to help you.
Tom here. I know Brad and Mike, and I trust that with my banking, they've personally delivered on everything they've just said. So why not bank with my banker, North American Banking Company, a better banking experience, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Mike Bryant from Bradshaw & Bryant. If you've been hurt in a car collision, it's traumatic enough. You don't need to waste time and energy on the legal stuff. Think of us as a partner who will guide you through the process. First off, you need to recover, but part of that is getting the compensation you deserve. At Bradshaw & Bryant, we'll work hard so you can get the rest you need during the trying months after a personal injury. At Bradshaw & Bryant, we understand how important it is to make our clients comfortable, so we build each client relationship on the pillars of honesty and transparency. Don't miss out on what's rightfully yours. We'll go to bat for you. For your free case consultation, please visit minnesotapersonalinjury.com. That's minnesotapersonalinjury.com. I'm Mike Bryan, and I hope you're never injured in a collision. But if you are, don't sign anything until you've talked to Bradshaw & Bryant.
Find Bradshaw & Bryant, personal injury attorneys at minnesotapersonalinjury.com.
With Mike Bryant on your side, seeking justice for the injured. Bradshaw & Bryant.
The new Tom Barnard Morning Show is proud to have partners like Bradshaw & Bryant, MyPillow, and North American Banking Company founder, chairman, and president, Mike Bilski.
I've advertised on Tom's show for years, and the reason is simple. My business is recognized because of the ads, and that recognition has created growth. What business doesn't want to grow? I highly recommend the Tom Barnard Morning Show for your advertising.
Grow results for your business by partnering with the Tom Barnard Morning Show. Visit TomBarnardShow.com, keyword partner.
We're back. What do you think of that action?
We're back, baby.
Answer me.
I'm going to have hot water soon.
What do you mean?
I don't want to brag.
At
but
the house?
Yeah, we're going to have both cold and hot water soon. So you're welcome.
How long you been out?
It's not necessarily out. It just runs out after a good amount of time. You get about probably 2 gallons of hot water before it's gone. So it's not. We're not living in a rough world yet, but it keeps getting less and less. But Saber, from Steve from Saber.
Hey, Steve's a really good friend of mine. Yep.
I gave him a call, but I dropped the ball. Forgot they were coming to the house.
There's a shock.
So I felt like a monster, and they called, and they're like, "Hey, we're here," and I was at Kowalski's. I said, oh my God. Do you mind if you just come in with the garage code? And I had that nervous energy of and the guy's like, yeah, of course. I go, here's the garage code. Didn't think anything of it because it's Steve and he hires all the best people. So I was kind of like had that moment, nervousness of, can I give the garage code or whatever? And then right before I walked in, I go, oh, we have 2 dogs. And he goes, I have 4.
Yeah, there you go.
I was like, okay, but they were so nice. I love Steve, and they were so nice to us.
His wife's much better than he is.
Tatiana
is a much better person than Steve is. Let's be honest.
And how funny, because Steve is this salt of the earth. He works hard. He wants, he's Mr. Hands-on. And then his wife, he shows up and he's wearing a flannel, some dirty jeans, and then his wife. Gucci head to toe.
Dressed to the nines, baby.
Got heels on. She's like, no, I'm not doing that. She's so funny.
She's great.
And he gets the biggest kick out of her. They remind me of you and Catherine, where the men, they might get a bigger kick out of their wives than their wives get out of their husbands.
Yeah, that might be possible.
Because he's just he just gets a huge kick out of her, and watching her talk, he just thinks she is so funny and lovely and and then he'll say, yeah, I got to keep working because Tatiana's still shopping, so.
Oh, yeah. Well, Catherine, why don't you hang out with Tatiana more? That's great.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, when I worked at the Mall of America, there was always kids, just piles of kids, groups of 6, 7 kids that would come in with a mom. And that would be it. And every time, and I'd see a huge rock on her finger, and I would think, right now, there is a guy at an office slaving his ass off just so that he can send his wife and these kids out to the Mall of America to blow all of his money.
Isn't it so true?
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Just got an email from a mutual friend that said, so they were in your house when you weren't home. Apparently, we checked on the internet, and there's a picture of Steve wearing one of your dresses.
I'm sure.
So,
he'd fit. Just a little snatched waist. I'm fine with that. I'm a clothes sharer. I can.
Steve's a great guy.
Yeah.
He is.
I just felt good. I felt nice. I don't know, the heating and all that stuff, you get a little nervous about who to go to. You don't even know where to begin. And I texted Steve. I go, hey, you guys serve Eden Prairie? Kind of testing the waters, And he's like, next thing I know, called me up. And
I know.
I don't know. It feels nice to know somebody when you're dealing with something like that, because you really, you don't know what you don't know, and you don't want to sit and read up for 8 hours on something you're barely going to learn anything about.
Well, yeah, they were just at our house about a month ago because I don't remember what the hell happened. Something happened with the hot water heater or whatever.
Oh.
They were there immediately.
Isn't that
Fixed
cool?
it. It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Sabre Plumbing and Heating, you heard me.
You heard us. And again, thanks for being nice to my dogs. I had a panic moment of they were going to walk in the door and be terrified of these 2 giant dogs, but
they're not a terrified crew. I got to be honest with you. I know most of them. They're real solid people.
yeah.
Indeed, they are.
Thanks for letting me go on a rant. Just nice when it works out nice.
That's what I'm saying. I was talking about that yesterday. When people say nice things about the show, I want to pass them on. Why don't we get back to the point where you make people feel good instead of making them feel like shit every day?
Yeah.
Why don't we do that?
I don't know, when Mr. busts in the door and calls me a goddamn disaster before he sits down.
That's a very sweet greeting. I've been working on it for years.
I'd offer up some happy gummies, but I left them in the car, and so they're
She
just
left them in the car.
They're just one happy gummy now, so we're all just going to take a bite and pass it on.
Pass around like an apple.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, that's her plan for the rest of the day. That'll be great.
Yeah.
Aren't you just a sweetheart?
Yeah, you're welcome.
No, I mean, seriously, that whole situation, I've gotten a couple calls from people that used to advertise with me on the queue and saying, hey, you know what, I should have come along with you in the beginning. Apparently their businesses are way down, unfortunately. So get your ass over here. We'll get them back up. Everything will be good.
Yeah, you're the same way. You're not going to talk about something if it's not awesome.
Well,
I just love when we know somebody and I know they're good people, and I know it makes me nervous to let people in the house now. I didn't used to be that way prior to having the baby, and now I feel.
Oh yeah.
Now, I mean, we used to be like, you come and go as you want. We don't really care, but now it's definitely a nervous feeling of having somebody have the garage code. But
I was talking to a new client yesterday. They're not on yet, but they're going to be very, very soon, and. One of them said that he had heard that I will not lie for an advertiser. And I said, you heard correctly. I am not going to lie for you or any other advertiser. I will, if I use your product and I like it, I will tell people I like it. If I don't like it, then I'm not going to do your commercials.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to lie just to make money. I'm not a politician,
Yeah, Tom won't lie, but Brittany and Rudy will. So
okay,
please come on by.
And
Dump your business on these two.
Also, we'll show skin. We won't tell you which skin.
Yeah, Jesus-ish. Gonna hang your butt out?
Yeah, maybe my ankle. Maybe that'll be my knee.
Okay.
I can't make any promises.
All right, so we're trying to keep up with Kristyn Burtt's coming on just a couple of minutes from now. So apparently this vote has cleared House. Clears House Rules Committee vote to advance to House floor soon. Now they're going to have some problems on the House, are they? The House floor. I don't know. It's going to happen. This is all just look how important I am and look at how hard I work to serve the people. I'm here fighting for you. No, you're not, you lying scumbag. You're a dirtbag politician making money off of our misery.
Fighting for us.
Fighting for you, Brittany.
I think they just need a sword. I'm at the house fighting for you.
Fine. That's what they always say. Is like, give me a break for Christ. And I'll tell you again, I have endorsed, I don't know how many candidates over the years, Democrats and Republicans. I've heard back from one of them after they were elected.
Can I ask you a question
disgusting.
about that? So they come, you guys meet for lunch and you talk about their politics, or how do you decide, like, I'm going to endorse you?
Because if I asked, tell me what you're all about. And if they lie, I'm going, no, you know what? It's not a good fit.
Yeah.
I don't go, you're a lying piece of shit. I don't do that. But
which I don't believe you. I bet you probably.
You probably do. You're right. You're right about that. Yes, I do.
So you just sit down with them and hear their point, hear their points of view, what their game plan is.
A couple of them came on the show. Like Dean Phillips was on the show, and I endorsed him. Have not heard a word from him since.
Is it like Shark Tank for endorsements?
Kind of.
They said, I will give you 100% of the my game plan for your endorsement, and they lay it all out. Like, have you ever thought to yourself, this person's not the one?
Oh, absolutely. I will not endorse someone that I don't believe in. No way. I am not going to lie for people. It's not going to happen.
Do they have to align with what your game plan is?
No, not necessarily.
And I don't mean in a bad way. I just mean, like, I probably wouldn't pick anyone that doesn't align with what I think is the game
It's
plan.
not all about you, you know.
I know,
It's
and
about
that's
the
what I'm
people.
saying is that
You're a disaster.
you look at it and go, but this is better for A, B, and C.
That's what I try to do. It's not like I know everything about politics, but if
Same.
you come and ask me if I would endorse them, I'm going to have to do a little research and check it out. And in general, I'm deeply disappointed every time. Yeah.
Have you ever endorsed somebody that after, I mean, ignoring the fact that they don't reach out to you, have you ever endorsed somebody who said they were going to do something and then lied?
No.
That's
No.
good.
The-
That's great.
Basically, the two that I still, and I don't even talk to them very often, but they have different lives and all the rest of it. I've known Norm Coleman for 1 billion years, and he was a Democrat, and he's been a Republican. And then Tim Pawlenty is just a really nice man. Tim Pawlenty was a really good friend of my mother's.
Yeah.
And she was an ardent Democrat, and he was a Republican. See, that's why I don't have the same viewpoint that most people do, because my mother was not always about, it's got to be a Democrat or it's not going to work for me. She wasn't like that at all. She had her beliefs, and she was hoping and wishing her people would get in.
Yeah.
But she and Pawlenty were really good friends, you know, and they agreed on nothing politically.
Used to roll with Tim Pawlenty's nephew.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and I hung out with Tim Pawlenty one time, and I don't know, I get a couple of drinks in me, and I get a little smart ass sometimes. And I love Tim Pawlenty. I think he's such a nice guy.
He's a great
and I
guy.
said, hey, man, hear me out. Listen, the next time you run, you need to get a logo, get that old candy going, and you go as good in Pawlenty's.
I like it.
And he was like, not going to happen. I was like, God damn it, Tim. I was like, do you know how brilliant that is? I'm half in the bag, and this is the best idea I've ever had. He's like, I'm not going to happen, kid.
That's actually super cute.
See?
And you could hand out candy bars.
Yeah, good in Pawlenty's. Yeah.
You think maybe he said no because about 80 other people said that?
Probably. I was like, that's the fun. That was like when Jim Tomey was here, and I was like, you guys, for the Twins games, we should get shirts that say, Tomey is my homie. And they're like, yeah, we've had those for like 2 seasons now. I was like, God damn
Actually,
it.
we brought you one.
Hey, great job. You're doing fantastically well. Is Kristyn ready to go? Mm-hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, Kristyn Burtt. God, one of the segments you did, I can't remember what the hell you were talking about, but it popped up on my screen that hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people are watching this video of you do something. I don't know what the hell you're even doing. Probably yelling at me about something. That's what I'm thinking.
What did I do?
I don't know. I got to figure it out, but I'm getting sick of telling everybody on the show how much everybody loves them. I'm sick of all of you, and I'm never talking to you again.
Well, I have a story.
Yes. She just ignores me. I love
No, this makes me think. No, because this is you. Like, this is actually good. So I think it was last week at some point, and I think I was joking because it was Britt's birthday, and I was like, you could get her the Princess Leia robe. It's on an auction. I got invited to the auction, the whole press screening because of your show. They heard me talk about it.
Where's the show?
It's at the Peterson Museum. So I'm going to go down in person and see the Princess Leia robe that you might buy for Britt for her birthday, which is around $2 million.
It's only $2 million?
It's only $2 million.
I am
thank
worth
you very
it.
much.
I'm
And
worth
also,
it.
maybe we can get Rudy like the Batmobile this situation if you want
He's
that.
going Batmobile.
Another one? Jeez, Kristyn. I'm starting to run out of room in my giant warehouse of car collectibles.
So I was thinking I can go and like preview it for you, Tom, and then I can go like bid for you, because everyone's listening. So
What
how
a
great
great
is that?
idea. Magnificent.
When is that?
It's coming up June 24th. So
Okay,
we've got a couple of weeks to strategize. You can get collect your funds together, Tom. Let me know what my limit is when I bid for you.
Well, 2.1 maybe, you know. You know what I'm
I
saying.
just want to walk out of the Peterson Museum with like the Princess Leia robe wrapped around my arm.
Sure.
Next morning in my closet, this is coming your way, Britt.
Yeah, you've got it in one of those wardrobe bags.
You know
Just
what you should do?
fold it over.
Buy it and then kind of crumple it up and throw it on the floor and take a picture of it. It's like, yeah, this is what happened.
I will let my cat sleep on it.
Yeah,
so she sleeps next to me
there
every
you go.
morning.
There you have
She's
it.
right here. I always put a blanket down. Well, we'll put the Princess Leia robe instead.
Yeah, I haven't not looked at that our listener levels in several weeks, but I understand it's building and building. Is that what you guys are coming across?
Yeah, we're getting a lot of people moving over from just listening to the show, downloading it, to the actual stream itself.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We're doing that now.
Yeah. So a lot of people are listening to it Monday through Friday, actually, as the show happens in real time.
Yes, and that's why we're doing the morning show format, the 3-hour morning show format, because I don't think there's ever been a morning show podcast in any market that I know of.
I don't think
Maybe.
I don't think one that is. I think they have some that, because of studio time, they do them early in the morning, but they just record them and then push them out in the afternoon. Where we are actually doing both. Yeah,
I like it. So Britt,
Ryan Seacrest even pre-records a lot of his show.
See,
does he really?
That hack.
Mm-hmm.
No, who's that?
He does.
Who's Ryan Seacrest? I don't even know who that is.
Ryan Seacrest, American Idol host.
Never heard of him.
Okay.
He's a flaming prick, I heard. That's what I did hear about him. Is he not a nice guy?
Yeah, that's his no. Yeah. The thing I hate about that the most is he's a former fat guy.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Chubby little kid.
I hate when former fat kids become skinny guys and they become dicks. That's the worst. You're a former fat kid. Embrace it. Let that fat kid shine, all right?
Right, exactly.
Yes.
And everyone just realized I have like the worst poker face. I'm like,
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that was good. You did a really nice job.
He's interesting.
All right, I followed your lead. Now, Catherine and I are very, very happy because we wanted to find 4 half-hour shows because we watch a lot of hour-long, an hour-and-a-half-long, documentary series and things like that. So we want to find some half-hour stuff to kind of fit in because, we don't watch much television together, probably about, at the most, an hour or two. That's about it. So we're going through this whole situation and finding stuff. So we followed your lead. Well, first of all, we had Corner Gas, which we found and just loved that show. I think it's absolutely hilarious. Abbott Elementary's terrific. We haven't started season 2 yet.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, it's a great show. That Quinta Brunson is fantastic.
I am obsessed with Quinta Brunson. By the way, Quinta Brunson is literally like 5 feet tall, maybe 5'1".
Yeah. Oh, I know. I don't even think she's that tall. Yeah.
You're not going to care about this, but Britt will care. She has this incredible stylist who like dresses her in all these like couture outfits, and as a short girl, I appreciate that. So I'm always like following and liking it because I feel like he dresses her very tall.
Yeah, I think he does a good job because you don't like you saying that fact. We all kind of went, oh, she is. So her stylist is killing it. They're definitely killing it in the proportions game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just love everything about her.
Now I have a question for you. You ever notice standing next to that Janelle, what's her name, that plays the principal?
Yeah.
She's about a foot and a half taller than
in
her.
person. She's hilarious.
She's very funny.
Yeah, she's very
I saw her
funny.
stand-up about 3-4 days ago. She had a stand-up special out. She's good. There's no doubt about that.
That whole cast is fantastic. It's a
It
really
is.
good ensemble cast. Lisa Ann Walter's been a favorite of mine for a long time. I'm sure a lot of people saw her in the Parent Trap remake. They probably remember her from the Lindsay Lohan version.
Who's the older woman with the straight hair? She's got this, like, a kind of combs her hair straight back. She's an older woman. She's one of the teachers.
The one with the red hair?
No, she's black. She's the black
Oh.
woman with straight.
Shirley Ralph?
Is that who it is?
Mm-hmm.
She's terrific. I love her. She's
so
phenomenal.
good.
She is really, really good on that show. Okay, then we
She's
picked up
one of the original Dream Girls on Broadway. Like, we're
Oh,
talking
okay.
like triple threat. Like,
Yep.
amazing. Yeah.
Then we moved on to Jury Duty, which I'm still not huge on. I'm on season. We just we watched episode 3. It's good, but I'm not knocked out by it. It's okay.
Gosh, I loved that show. And I was going to say, there's a really good podcast that talks a little bit behind the scenes with Ronald Gladden, who is obviously the guy who has no idea he's on a reality show, and then the creator. And it's if you're looking for the podcast, it's called The Town. And it's one of the recent episodes, and they really kind of get into like, and Ronald like gets into like how he was fooled. And at times when he thought he would joke, like, I think I'm on a reality show, and they would go behind the scenes and they would be like, forget it, all afternoon, we're just going to do normal, boring court stuff. They would like totally like scrap the script for the day.
I did like the part on episode 3 where the guy decides to make a chair out of 2 crutches.
Yes.
That is pretty damn funny. Because then, of course, he has to show up for jury duty, and he tries to sit in the jury box wearing the his crutches off his butt.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing?
But what makes Ronald so sweet? He has like that character go and watch A Bug's Life because he also had challenges. And you're like, how does this guy have this good of a heart? Because I would tell you, I would probably be so snarky behind the scenes, like in my confessionals. I would just be like, are you kidding me? And he is so kind to him, which just makes you think like there is some good in humanity.
Well, that's what we need more of. You're absolutely right about that. And of course, the old woman keeps falling asleep, which is hilarious. They have to keep waking her up in the jury box. What are you doing?
You would totally expect. I feel like that's totally realistic. There's some other things that'll happen that are a little outlandish, but it kind of like rolls with like what's happening. And anytime that they felt like Ronald really was going, like starting to question things, they would just go and do boring and normal things, like bring it back to one. And that's what's really interesting too. That came out in the podcast on the Town. They were saying, you know, we're going to submit this for a drama series instead of like, and for writing as well, because they like, we wrote this script, even though it was improv. Every single day we had a structure to it. Sometimes we would scrap it and rewrite it in the moment, which I think is fascinating.
No, it's really. I like the show. I don't love it yet, but maybe as I go along, because episode 3 was the best so far. So does it just get better and better?
I feel like 3 is really where it gets rolling, honestly.
All right. Because I did enjoy watching it. I'm getting there. But the one I don't understand about, this is on me, this is my fault. Following your lead, I watched the very first episode of Barry last night. I have never seen that show. And I don't know why I never watched that show, because I like Bill Hader. I like the idea. I just never watched it. The first episode was phenomenal.
It's my favorite HBO show of all time. I will say this: the series finale was on on Sunday. It is hands down the most disappointing.
Oh, that's too bad.
Series finale. Not to ruin it for you, because I'm telling you right now, there are 4 seasons and 7 episodes that is the best television you will ever watch.
Yeah. Yep.
It's just the way it ends. It's almost like Bill Hader went, here's everything you want to have happen. We're going to do the opposite.
Oh, really?
And it's almost like they do it just to go, we're not going to play by your rules, which I kind of appreciate a little bit, but at the same time, you're like, everything that, because in your mind you build it up and there's this natural thing, and at the end you just want to be so satisfied. I just want that Sam Malone turning off the lights moment.
That was great.
Where you go, it's all done now, and I'm so glad they put a little bow on it. At the end, like I stood up and I was like, no, I did not waste all those years watching this for that. But I'm telling you, Tom, you have to watch because it is so good. Yes.
Sopranos.
Even, you know what? I said The Sopranos is the worst ending of all time. Barry is number 2.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sopranos ending was terrible.
Terrible.
I can't wait to watch it tonight.
Yeah, so I was trying to hold off, but since he brought up Barry, I was like, we might as well talk about it.
No,
I will say Marvelous Mrs. Maisel wrapped up on Friday. That is a solid ending to that series. Cool. So, you know, I always like to shout it out because I think sometimes when you really invest your time, like you did with Barry and said, you know, I love it. And then you get to the end, you're like, oh, it just didn't, it's not, you need that cherry on top. Maisel ends total chef's kiss.
Kristyn, have you been watching Succession?
I have, and I have a couple more episodes to watch, so I haven't watched the finale, and I cannot wait.
Same, and I'm a little bit worried I hope the finale's good. They had the series finale on Sunday. And so we haven't been caught up yet, but I'm nervous. I hope it's good because I love that show.
From everything I've heard, people loved it, and it did huge numbers for HBO. But HBO really has kind of like a desert now when it comes to scripted TV series. So I don't know what's going to happen. They really have to kind of ramp it up when it comes to prestige television, which they are well known for, because losing Succession and Barry on the same night was kind of a big blow.
There you have it. All I have to say is, because I know we got to get going here, but all I have to say is after watching the very first episode of Barry, I now have figured out if everybody pisses me off enough, the final scene, that first episode, is how it's going to end. What does he shoot that car about 20 times? They're all in the car, and he must shoot into that car at least 20 times. It's like, whoa. I guess we're serious about this. No, I thought it was terrific. I thought everybody in it was I love Henry Winkler anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's just one of the nicest men I've ever met. He's a
nicest man in Hollywood. He really is.
Great.
I think that's no lie.
You mentioned that yesterday, I think.
Yep.
But
he
you're
really
right.
is.
But so all four now. We have 4 solid half-hour shows, which really helps. And then we watched the last episode of Joe Pickett last night. That's a very sad show. It can be very, very sad. Really good, very well acted, no question. But it's about a game warden out in like Wyoming or Utah or some damn place. And there's some bad people out there, I'll just tell you that. And they like to shoot other people. So there you go.
Oh, yeah. Is that like real life?
Yeah, it's just like real life, so it's no big deal.
Oh.
All right, sister. So we'll talk to you on the morrow. Good. See, I said on the morrow. Did you get that?
You're
so
fancy.
Highbrow.
Very high end, I thought. No question. But yeah, so thank you for the tips on those, the 3 of you, because now I now have 4 very solid shows, and I do like all 4 of them. I think I'm gonna really like Barry. It's definitely my kind of show.
Definitely up your alley.
Mm-hmm.
Well, up my what?
Up your alley.
How
Thanks.
dare you, ma'am?
I just had to pinch my cheeks together. It sounded very painful. Yeah, well, up your alley, sister. All right, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Bye, Kristyn.
You bet. Bye, guys.
Thank you. Kristyn Burtt, ladies and gentlemen. I know I say it a lot, but man, I love working with her.
And she wants to put things up your alley, so
Yes.
done and done.
I cannot believe I've known her for 11 years already.
That's wild.
Never met her in person.
I know.
And like I said, I never even knew what she looked like until after I'd worked with her for 11 years.
Hideous.
That's bizarre. Yeah, she's a hideous woman. There's no question
Ugh.
about it. We have to take a break. We'll be right back in a couple minutes, kicking off. Well, not quite kicking off hour 2, but we'll get close right after this.
This is the Tom Barnard Morning Show. Listen live on the Tom Barnard Show app or at tombarnardshow.com.
Hello, I'm Brad Huckle, President at North American Banking Company.
And I'm Mike Bilski, CEO at North American Banking Company.
As a community bank based right here in the Twin Cities, we believe in taking the time to get to know our customers and their businesses.
And part of that is hiring and cultivating a team of experienced lenders. When your business banks with us, you're not training in a new, inexperienced banker.
In fact, our bankers have worked with many of the same customers for years, earning their trust. We get to know you and your business, and you get to know and rely upon us.
When your business is looking to capitalize on an opportunity or solve a problem, we'll be here to help you.
Tom here. I know Brad and Mike, and I trust that with my banking, they've personally delivered on everything they've just said. So why not bank with my banker, North American Banking Company, a better banking experience, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
This is Bob Sansevier, and I want to tell you about Dave Bialke from Bialke Law. Dave represented my wife, Mary, when she had a significant workplace injury. She was very happy with the job Dave did. If you have a work-related injury and have Dave represent you, I'm betting you'll be happy too. Dave is a down-to-earth guy. He grew up in northern Minnesota, rides a Harley, and worked various jobs doing concrete, electrical, plumbing, roofing, and carpentry work. Dave works for people with work-related injuries. If you work construction, or anywhere for that matter, and you're hurt or even just hurting, you should talk to Dave. Let's face it, our bodies wear out. If your body is worn out from work, if your knees or back or shoulders hurt from things you do at work, do what Mary did. Call Dave and talk to him about it at Bialke Law to set up a free initial consultation. The number to call is 763-571-2410. That's 763-571-2410. Or visit bialkelaw.com. That's BIALKE law.com.
You know, I've got to say, I'm feeling fantastic. As you may have heard, I've been following the fat loss program at mnfatloss.com, and I've lost right about 23 pounds so far. I've been following the program for about 4 weeks now, a little over that, somewhere in there. And I can tell you it feels great to be going into summer having lost the weight in just a few weeks' time. You will absolutely be able to lose weight like I've done and still enjoy the foods you love this summer. That's a huge part of it. Yeah, to be able to enjoy your summer is huge. I'm eating my favorite grilled steak and chicken, along with fresh vegetables and berries, drinking lots of water. No wonder I feel great. If you want to find out the secret to losing 20 to 30 pounds in just 8 weeks, just like I'm doing, that's about a pound of fat every day, by the way, no exercise required. To schedule your free consultation, go to mnfatloss.com. That's mnfatloss.com. Results may vary. Be sure to tell the team at mnfatloss.com that Tom Barnard sent you. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. It's about, 7:56 now?
Yeah, and I'm glad that one played, that little all of his friends thing played before Tevin got in here, because it's the one that doesn't have Tevin's name in it.
Oh, yeah, he's very happy about that. Very happy about that.
It's so funny to watch his face as he keeps thinking that, when he kept thinking that his name was going to be said. It was like a kid on Christmas that just kept walking down the stairs to nothing.
Unbelievable. I just looked at I had not seen the Star Tribune yet this morning. I just looked at the website just now, and there's Walz and Jesse Ventura side by side with big smiles. Former Governor Jesse Ventura was on hand as Governor Tim Walz legalized marijuana in Minnesota with a stroke of a pen on Tuesday. Walz signs historic bill legalizing marijuana in Minnesota. So I thought Jesse was off the grid. He told me he was off the grid. What happened?
I don't know, but he's rocking a skullet.
He's got the skullet going now. Yeah,
he actually looks great.
He does?
For a guy who's off the grid. Oh, he looks pretty. Look at that.
Yeah, compared to what he looked like a couple of years ago,
Yeah.
he actually looks pretty decent.
That's what I thought.
Why? What did he look like a couple of years ago? Because he hasn't talked to me now in about 10 years. So.
He looked like he was about to introduce you to a Tale from the Crypt the last time I had seen him. He looked awful. Yeah.
That's a really good description. Yeah, that if he's in town, come on to the pod.
Yeah, just come on. Let me tell you something, Barnard. I'm really pissed off at you again.
I bet you guys would get along again.
We were friends for a long time.
Like now that you guys are a little older, things.
You know why he's pissed off at me? This is a true story.
I would love to know.
He and I were friends. As a matter of fact, his wife and my wife were very good friends.
Yeah, that's what you've said before, too.
So we were very good friends. He got elected governor. He wanted me to host his inauguration party, and Hamilton said no. He said, you cannot host that party. It'll look bad. So I called him and said, Jesse, they will not let me do it. No, that's not it. You just don't want to do it. So he hasn't talked to me since.
See, this is fixable. This is so fixable.
Well, it's been like, 20 years now, hasn't it?
Yeah, I say shoot him a text.
When was he governor? I forgot.
Elected in 98, I believe it was, until 2000. Because I remember being in high school. I think I was a junior in high school until 2002, I believe. Yeah.
So 25 years to 21 years ago, and I still haven't talked to him in 21 years.
This seems fixable.
For
There's a lot of times
5 years,
feuds you
actually.
have, and I go, that you're never going to talk to that person again. But this seems very fixable.
I don't know why he got so upset. I wasn't the one who canceled. Hamilton was the one who said you can't go to that.
This seems like one of those things where somebody was mad, and then there was just too much time put in between it, and then it just fizzled out.
He might got a little pissed off at me, too, because I wrote a song about him called If I Only Had a Brain.
Well,
I would while away the hours consorting with the flowers. It was he didn't like that song too much.
okay, so we're adding more things to it, but I think
We have more angles.
I think this is fixable. I say my 2023 goal is to have Jesse on the show and you guys bury the old
fine with
hatchet.
me.
I know. I mean, like, and
I don't have a hatchet. He's got a hatchet.
he bury his hatchet,
Sugar tit that he is.
but not in your back.
Not in my back. That'd be good. That'd be a good thing. Nah, Jesse was... One thing you have to understand about Jesse is... You ever had a conversation with Jesse? Either one of you?
No, I watched him break up a bar fight in Hibbing one time.
Oh, hey, that's good.
That's actually pretty exciting.
That's a good thing. But the one thing about having a conversation with Jesse is you have to learn you can't talk. Because he never shuts up. He's like, rah, 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 rah. It's like, Jesus.
That's the wrestler in him.
Yeah. It is. And I was a huge fan of his when he was a wrestler. I like Jesse. Jesse's a little too into Jesse for me. That's the one problem I do have with him.
I'm reaching out.
He's all about himself.
His name was The Body, and he wore a feather boa. What
correct.
part about that didn't you make you think he wasn't totally into himself?
Well, there is that. It's a very good point you're making. Now, like I said, and his family, Jade used to be our babysitter. She's just a very sweet person. I haven't seen her in years now. But
Is that Jesse's daughter?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a cute name. I love the name Jade.
Yep. He's got the son, the daughter. Very, very nice family. Like I said, I don't have anything against Jesse. Jesse has a massive ego.
Of course.
Based on what?
On his career.
He's a wrestler. Who gives a rat's ass?
Like you said, it was called The Body. And then he thought
Jesse the Body Ventura.
he was so sure of himself. He goes, I can transcend this and go into politics?
Nobody believed him either. Nobody
No.
believed him.
So then what does that
That's
do?
true.
Makes your ego even bigger.
Yeah, no, it does. You're absolutely right. Like I said, if I ran into Jesse, I'd shake his hand and go, Jesse, how you doing? And then just that'd be that. Yeah. Who cares?
Let's not forget that he has one of the best scenes in a movie from Predator.
Ain't got time to bleed.
Ain't got time to bleed.
There it is, baby.
When he's handing out some chaw in the helicopter, that is one of the best scenes in a movie ever. And he was such a good commentator when him and Gorilla Monsoon used to sit, and he would always go, I don't know about that, Gorilla. Gorilla. The way he used to say that, it would just fire me up. I'd want to flip a table.
Sure.
I ain't got time to bleed. Now, that would be a great slogan for a tampon company.
You're right.
I ain't got time to bleed.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like it too.
They're called Good and Palenti's, and they ain't got
Good and
time to
plenty.
bleed.
That's right. Get Tim on the phone.
A lot of great ideas today. Holy buckets. We are going to be billionaires by Tuesday.
No, I mean, I'm looking at this picture right now. It's Jesse Ventura standing there with a big smile on his face, and then Governor Tim Walz. And I can just tell by looking at the picture, I would like Jesse a lot more than I like Tim Walz. I've never met Tim Walz. I don't know anything about him, but I can tell by looking at him, I wouldn't like him.
That's a wild statement, and
He's
I
a weird
love
guy.
it.
Don't you think he's a weird human being?
I think he's a nice guy. I think he's got bad policies.
Really?
I think you can be both. I think you can very much so mean well, but just also have bad policies. I think he's because he was a science teacher for a long time, wasn't he?
He was, yeah.
And his students really, they have great things to say about him and about how much he was really all about helping students and wanting to be a part of their lives. And all that is great. But on top of that, you can be a nice person and also make very bad decisions as a leader.
There's no question about that. Spends a lot of money, man. I know that.
Yes, he does.
The boy likes to spend money.
Was the reason Ventura was there was while he was governor, did he try to legalize weed? Was that why?
Yes. He's been talking about that for years.
Yeah.
Jesse's the first guy I ever heard talk about that.
And he, in this article, he also wrote that Ventura, a longtime proponent of marijuana legalization, recalled how the drug helped stop his wife's seizures about a decade ago.
His wife's a sweetheart. His wife is very nice. So there's a balance. He's a prick, and she's very nice. No, Jesse's not a prick. He's just all about Jesse. That's the problem I have with him.
Okay, so as I said, I'm gonna get this.
You're gonna get him on?
I'm gonna try.
Have him sit right there in that chair, and we'll.
This is how you have.
Unbelievable.
Exactly how you just started with me is how you have to start the conversation of I love your wife. Like you.
No, she's great. She's
because
wonderful, and his kids are phenomenal too.
Because what I love when people tell me that they love Justin or love Go-Go, there's something about that I go, all right.
Yeah.
You can fix this. This is
understand
fixable.
that.
And you know what? We're all in a stage of our lives that we need to be fixing things. So
You know what amazes me about that is I don't hate anyone. There are people I don't like, but I would not even waste my time hating anybody. It takes too much of your energy to hate people, don't you think?
yeah, I say that in a very clear, calm way, and then all of a sudden, like Rudy's good at, he's in the revenge game.
Little bit.
Boy, no one could ever tell. I'll tell you that.
A little bit.
Rudy reminds me of Justin, where he has his enemies and he loves them. He wears them like jewels.
You know what's funny? Before I ever met Rudy, I did a little research.
Yeah.
And not that big a deal, but I nailed his personality right on the head.
What's that?
That you carry just like I do, you carry your father with you wherever you go.
Oh, yeah, that's 1,000% accurate.
No doubt about that. We both do that.
Yep.
So what are you going to do? And then you're just lazy.
I'm lazy.
Yeah, that's the problem with you. You're
I'm
a
in
disaster.
You know what's so funny is like I am at a good place with my dad, and I think
So that's great.
It
That
is
nice.
great, and he's one of those people that I just don't think really was good around children
Your
or
dad?
adults. Already.
Your dad?
Yeah.
So I thought you got along with him. Now you're just trashing the guy.
I'm not trashing him, and we get along fine, like almost like an uncle. But he really.
Oh, that's right. He abandoned you. I forgot.
He didn't abandon
That's
me.
not what I heard.
Okay.
I'm getting away from whatever that chick's name is.
But don't they always say you got to try to figure out how to get in the best place, whatever that is? If for you it was just not being around your dad, and for me it's seeing him.
No, my dad took off. I didn't.
I know, but don't you think that was something you're thankful that he wasn't around?
No.
You wish he was around more.
Well, I mean, do your job, asshole. What's wrong with that?
But, like, do you think things would have been better if he was around?
No.
See, that's
Well, I mean, he was severely mentally ill
That's what
at
I
the
mean,
end there,
yeah.
so yeah, it would not have been good.
And I know it's a hard thing to say because we all want to
No, it's
have
not.
our dad around. No, I'm just saying, like, in theory, things should be better when both parents are there. But
should
in your
be, yeah.
case, in your case,
should
it
be.
wasn't it.
What are you going to do? But in your case, in Rudy's case, in my case,
Yeah.
and you want to keep going down the list,
Yeah.
there are a couple more people that come on this show that don't get along with their fathers too well either, I'll tell you that. I don't know what the hell that is. I don't know. You okay in there?
Oh, no, we lost
I thought
Rudy.
he fell down.
We lost Rudy. Rest in peace.
Trying to get a hold of Jesse Ventura.
Really?
Let me just tell you something. I was talking to the guy. I don't have his number anymore.
I'm
otherwise I'd give it to
manifesting
you.
this, and Rudy's actually doing it. That's
Yeah.
actually explains our relationship really well, where I throw something out in the universe and try to manifest it, and Rudy's busy trying to
God,
toilet.
I should check. I don't think I have his number anymore. I used to.
Probably, I don't know. I just got his publicist's number. I just gave that guy a call.
Holy Christ.
Hopefully they.
Why does he have a publicist?
It is because he's off the grid and he
Because
needs
he's
somebody
that's
else.
true.
Yeah, you know. Listen,
great.
when you're Bill Murray, I get why you need a publicist because you
Yeah.
have no cell phone. You have one bat phone at your house that you
Yep.
only pick up when certain people call. I get why you need that. But yeah, listen, JV, go ahead and feel free to keep a cell phone in your pocket. You're in Mexico,
Right.
most of the
Right.
time, so just feel free to just keep a cell phone in your pocket in case we need to get a hold of you.
Yeah, it is true. I do not have Jesse's number anymore. I used to have it, but I don't have it anymore. But no, I would. Jesse'd be more than welcome here. I'm never going to get along with him. I mean, it's not going to be like this hateful deal, but he and I disagree on many, many things. You know,
Yeah, that's fine. You have so
I
many
don't
friends
care.
you don't see eye to eye with.
Well,
with
Gelfand.
everything.
I agree with nothing politically,
Yeah.
Gelfand.
Yeah.
But I love the guy.
I know you
and
do.
I don't just throw that out, by the way. I don't say I love somebody unless I really do.
I believe that you love him.
He's a great guy, but he's nuts.
You guys have been tied together for a long time, so there must be some love there.
You guys remind me of the Odd Couple.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, like there's just such a
bet.
good chemistry between you two that, you know, it's such a yin and yang because he is so polar opposite of everything you are, but yet for whatever reason it just works with you two.
It does.
See?
And
then
you guys-
you're a yin yang. Did you hear me?
You guys get a kick out of each other.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
No, I don't know.
Let me
I'm
get
not ready
back
to
to you.
admit that.
Let me get back to you on that.
Oh, we
one.
should do a Grumpy Old Men 3 and just have you and Gelfand star in
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Ventura's gonna make a walk-in roll real quick. He's gonna say, "I
Yeah.
don't got time to read."
Did the guy call you back yet?
Not yet.
Get
so-
off your ass, pal. I know
I'll let
you're
you know.
listening.
This would be awesome.
That'll
This
be.
would
I have
be
not seen.
iconic.
I have not seen Jesse in person in 25 years.
I mean, let's have a low bar. It might be on
That's
the phone,
amazing.
most likely. I don't think he's gonna be.
No, but I'm just saying I haven't seen him in person in 25 years.
That's wild.
Since because you said he was elected in what 1998.
I think it was 99.
Was it 90? Well, he started. He was elected in 98. Began in 99.
That makes sense.
So yeah, it's been 24 years since I've seen Jesse. Now that's not true because I went to a golf tournament sponsored by Kent Herbeck and got in an argument with Jesse, and Herbeck had to yell at both of us to shut the hell up or go home. So that was a pretty good day.
That seems eventful. That is the wildest. You just name dropped so many people casually.
You know what's so
Yeah.
great about that though? Here's Jesse and me arguing it up a storm, and here comes a guy that's a lot bigger than both of us, Kent Herbeck.
Knock it off.
Shut up, both of you.
Ken Herbeck walked in the room and said,
Go Twins, go wild, and then go to bed.
That should be a T-shirt we
I
make.
love that guy.
Go Twins, go wild, and then
He
go
is,
to bed.
Is he not one of the nicest people you've ever
He's
met?
one of my favorite people on the show, and
love
I would
that
not thought I would have said that because I'm not
Oh,
saying-
really?
not because he was mean, but just I thought he was gonna
No.
just really be. I'm gonna talk about the Twins, and
Yeah.
I'll sit and listen, but I don't have much to take from it or whatever. He's one of my favorite people on the shows. He's hilarious.
When I threw out that first pitch that I was supposed to throw to him at the Twin Stadium
Yeah.
last year, the look he had, I threw it so far left, it was unbelievable. And he just stood there and stared at me like, what the hell was that?
That's so funny.
I love that guy.
He's
Herbert's
got,
a great guy.
He's got that big statue outside of Target Field that
Yeah.
last Monday when I had friends of mine in town, they're big baseball guys. So we went and took some pictures next to the Kent Herbeck statue. And then we went over to the Kirby Puck statue, and Kirby Puckett statue. And while we were standing there, my buddy Jeff said, Remind me if they ever build a statue of me to still be alive, because the Ken Herbeck statue looks way better than the Kirby Puckett statue.
Way cooler.
I was like, I think you're right on that one. Ken Herbeck looks like a Greek god standing out there.
He does.
Kirby Puckett looks a little
melted.
pudgy. Yeah, it looks a little melted, a little
Looks
pudgy.
weird.
Yeah.
It looks weird. Like something is either too accurate or I think you're right. You needed more of the. Let's shave this part. It's an odd. There's something weird. It's almost proportions are off.
Yes.
It's just zany.
Yeah.
You guys ever meet Herbeck? I mean, not Herbeck, Puckett.
No, of course not.
Oh, you didn't?
Too
What do you
young.
mean, of course not.
Because he was a legend, and I was like a baby when he was a legend. So
Yeah,
it's
but
like,
I don't want to be too gruff with you here, but Kirby Puckett was interested in one thing, and you have one. So
my
let me just
brain.
point that. Yes, a brain. That's exactly what I was going to say. I was 100%
It's
accurate.
your flipper, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that one. That's
I would flip it
exactly
in,
right.
no, I wouldn't. Sorry.
I don't know. I didn't really know Puckett. Well, I met him several times, but I didn't really know him all that well. He was an interesting guy, I'll tell you that.
My favorite thing about that guy is when they asked about his adopted kids, he was like, "Oh, they ain't rich. I'm rich.
Yeah.
They ain't rich. They get nothing. They get my name. They get to be Kirby Puckett's kids. That's what they get. They get nothing."
That's not arrogant at all, is it?
No.
A lot of it, yeah, that's a lot of attachment issues right there to cut through.
I will tell you something. His teammates loved him, though, man.
Oh, yeah.
They
Really?
loved him. Oh, yeah.
So he's a good team member.
Yes, he was a great team member. And he literally used to come in the clubhouse when they'd say they lost a couple in a row. He'd come in the clubhouse and go, "All right, boys, hop on my back. We're winning it today."
Okay,
Which
so
I think is wonderful.
allegedly, was he get in trouble for being promiscuous or paying for it?
I don't think he ever did he pay for it?
I don't think he paid for it. I think he kind of, he had a little bit of a wandering eye, no pun intended, but he did kind of like the ladies a little bit. And I think there may have been, I see, this is where we get into the, when Kirby Puckett passed, they have to put in the Hall of Famer with a troubling past of domestic violence. And you're like, oh, come on, can we just leave it at that he was just a good baseball player? I hate that when they do that. But I do believe that there was a couple of times where he had a couple of strikes against him. I'm not sure exactly what that entails, but I do remember there's a couple of stories in there.
Did he get violent with women? I didn't even know that.
I don't think he got violent with women, but I do believe that there were like domestic, times where the cops were called. I'm not saying that he ever like hit anybody, but maybe the neighbors had overheard like an argument, and then they had to show up, and then it got on record that Kirby Puckett had a police, a showing at his house or something.
Right,
so yeah.
Right. It's true, ladies and gentlemen. Latest headline in the Star Tribune: Biden shores up Democrats. McCarthy scrambles for support ahead of debt ceiling vote. That's because of that one guy we're talking about. I can't remember. This guy's just being a prick. I mean, it's going to happen. He's just trying to make himself look better by arguing against everything. So once you just shut up, sir, we'll get this deal done. We'll pay our bills and move forward. And why don't we do this? Instead of handing out dough to people sitting around in their ass, why don't we pay our bills with that money? What do you say?
I think that sounds great.
Yeah, don't you think it's a good idea?
I'll vote for you.
Ask not what your country can do for you, but what Tommy B can do at a bar.
Do you ever have moments where you go, I wonder what this person's how they're gonna respond? And I was thinking, what is he gonna say when I say I'll vote for you? And you quoting Kennedy
JFK.
was not what I was expecting at all,
No.
and it just kind of broke my brain in a nice way.
You have to remember, though, that JFK was the very first Roman Catholic president, and that to my mother was huge.
Yeah.
But then they thought he was going to turn, for some reason, they thought because he was a Catholic, he was going to turn the country over to the Pope. People literally thought that he was just going to hand over America to the Pope.
And the Pope's like, I don't want this.
I don't want your country. I got my own palace over here in Rome.
Like, I'm good.
What the hell I want to hang out with you for? Vatican City. You ever heard of it,
Yeah. Ever heard of it, bitch?
It'd be great if the Pope called somebody a bitch. Yeah, let me tell you, Cardinal, what's his name? What a bitch.
Vatican City. Ever heard of it, bitch?
Bitch. So, I don't know. DFL punishes candidate after chaotic Minneapolis convention. Party bans Nasri Warsami from seeking endorsement and fallout after support. Oh, that's where that fist fight broke out? Is that what they're talking about?
I think so.
Why would a fist fight break out at your own convention?
I don't know, but there was also a fist fight that broke out at Valley Fair parking lot last night, and I thought of
here we go
I thought
again.
of you, Rudy and Kinley, and I was like,
God.
Yeah, I don't know why they cleared out the parking lot. So
Too bad.
You know, I'm telling you, honest to God, and the one thing I really do miss about the generation before me, you did that back in their day, they would have beat your ass. I will tell you that. You get in a fist fight in a parking lot at Valley Fair, I'm going to kick you right in the nuts.
they'd also be shocked by the power tower if they just
The power tower.
had a glimpse from the past.
Oh, well, I suppose we better take a break here because we got, what's his name again? It's Chris something, I can't remember. He
Egert.
smiles. Eglet, that's right.
Little baby eagle.
It's Chris Eglet. Yes, we will be right back right after this, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, wait a minute, I got to read this headline first. Janet Jackson takes a less is more approach in Twin Cities concert. I didn't even know she was coming to town, did you?
Yeah, you did, because you knew Allie was going to it.
I didn't hear that part.
You remember you knew she was going
Oh,
to
I
Janet
thought there was
Jackson.
another band for some reason.
No.
I don't know why I didn't remember it was her.
No.
Yeah, I've always liked her. She's terrific. Did whip out a titty at the Super Bowl, though.
Who doesn't?
Oh, yeah, who hasn't?
Well, that's true. Good point. We'll take a break, and maybe Chris Egret will whip out a titty coming right after this.
This is the Tom Barnard Morning Show.
There's a guy named Tom Cross who likes to do kite things. Tom takes the phrase, go fly a kite, to an extreme, and for years goes all over the country in search of great kite flying events. Lincoln City, Oregon comes to mind, with Chinook winds and 7 miles of pristine beach that draws folks from all over North America for the best kite flying conditions in the world. Tom brings a little Minnesota with him when he goes to Lincoln City in his new Forest River RV Rockwood Roo, 19 expandable trailer, of course, that he hauls from Niemeyer Trailer Sales in Albertville and Elko Newmarket, Minnesota. Niemeyer Trailer Sales is the only place Tom would prepare his next kite flight. Solar panels, full bath, exterior griddle, double-door refrigerator, queen beds, and sleeps 6 every night in the RV Rockwood from the place that is your family-owned guide to RV trailers and truck accessories since 1965. This is Tom. Visit my friends at Niemeyer Trailer Sales and take your passion on the road. Niemeyer Trailer Sales. Go to NIEMEYERS.com. Niemeyer Trailer Sales.
Hello, I'm Brad Huckle, President at North American Banking Company.
And I'm Mike Bilski, CEO at North American Banking Company.
As a community bank based right here in the Twin Cities, we believe in taking the time to get to know our customers and their businesses.
And part of that is hiring and cultivating a team of experienced lenders. When your business banks with us, you're not training in a new, inexperienced banker.
In fact, our bankers have worked with many of the same customers for years, earning their trust. We get to know you and your business, and you get to know and rely upon us.
When your business is looking to capitalize on an opportunity or solve a problem, we'll be here to help you.
Tom here. I know Brad and Mike, and I trust that with my banking, they've personally delivered on everything they've just said. So why not bank with my banker, North American Banking Company, a better banking experience, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Tom Barnard here. Are you ready for some throttle therapy? Cruise the water in luxury on a brand new Bennington pontoon from Power Lodge. Enjoy sunset from the water, entertain the kids, and float on the lakes all summer long. It all starts at the Lodge, the Twin Cities' newest Bennington dealer, the Power Lodge, with locations in Brainerd, Onamia, Ramsey, and Miller Marine of St. Cloud. Hundreds of pontoons in stock across all Power Lodge locations. Your summer fun begins at Brainerd's newest Bennington dealer, the Power Lodge. Enjoy the best days of summer on your favorite lakes in a brand new Bennington pontoon from the Twin Cities' newest Bennington dealer, the Power Lodge in Ramsey, with locations in Brainerd, Onamia, Ramsey, and Miller Marine in St. Cloud, and hundreds of Benningtons in stock across all locations. The Power Lodge is your destination before you hit the lakes this summer and cruise at sunset. Fun begins at the Lodge, the Twin Cities' newest Bennington dealer, the Power Lodge. Get some throttle therapy on land and water, millermarine.com and powerlodge.com, and you can tell them Tommy sent you. Well, just when you thought it couldn't get any better, Mike Lindell and MyPillow are launching MyPillow 2.0. When Mike invented MyPillow, it had everything you could ever want in a pillow. 20 years later, he discovered a new technology that makes MyPillow even better. The MyPillow 2.0 has the patented adjustable fill of the original MyPillow, and now with the brand new fabric that is made with a temperature-regulating thread. The MyPillow 2.0 is the softest, smoothest, and coolest pillow you'll ever own. Say goodbye to tossing and turning and flipping your pillow over in the middle of the night. And more great news on the MyPillow 2.0. Buy one, get one free offer with promo code TOM. MyPillow 2.0, with its temperature-regulating technology, is 100% made in the USA and comes with a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Just go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio podcast square to receive the MyPillow 2.0 buy one, get one free offer. Just when you thought MyPillow couldn't get any better, MyPillow 2.0 gives you the best pillow ever. Promo code TOM or call 800-516-5146 to get your MyPillow 2.0s now. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Egert with us from Channel 5 Eyewitness News. So what's happening, Pally?
Please hold your applause.
Yeah, I know. It just gets really old. Every time your picture pops up, there's all this applause, and I really have to adjust to it. You know what I mean?
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm coming over to the building today. What do you think of that action?
I don't know, but there might be a pretty good lunch over here because there's something wafting into this room. The commissary's right there.
Yeah.
So you might want to check that out.
So how far are you from Susha's studio?
As far away as you could possibly be, actually.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, is that right? Really?
Yeah,
pretty far away. But there's the big carpet replacement that's happening up there in radio right now. So I'd actually have to walk around even further to get over there.
Wasn't he downstairs? I thought his studio was downstairs.
I don't think so. I think they're on the second floor of that weird part of the building that looks like it's from The Shining. Like when you look down this, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
you look
I
down
do.
that hallway,
Yep.
and it's like it feels like it could be in a horror movie. It's really cool, but like it's got a weird vibe.
I will tell you, honest to God, my favorite story about that building is I'm a young 18-year-old boy working at Hubbard Broadcasting. It's my first big job in radio. Oh my God, right? So there's that one set of doors. I don't think that one door is there anymore. They took it out. But there used to be a door where you would open one door to the right and the next door like 3 steps up to the left. So I got so good at it that I got a full run and kicked both doors open, so I didn't have to actually turn the knob at all. I just kicked the doors open.
Uh-oh.
Kicked it one time. It went about 6 inches and stopped dead because I hit Mr. Hubbard Sr. right in the chest with the door. Got called in the old office, which is now Ginny Hubbard's office, by the way. Ginny Morris's office was her grandfather's office, and he suggested I probably not do that again, if you know what I mean.
Good call.
Tommy.
They got little windows in most of the doors now.
They do, yeah.
To avoid that from happening, but I was running upstairs, coming up with like a styrofoam box full of French fries and something or other that I was running up the stairs, and I almost ran into Mr. Hubbard. Thank God I didn't cause any physical harm, but it was a close call too. Not good.
It'll happen, man.
Who was the governor before Walz? What was his name?
Mark Dayton.
Mark Dayton. Yeah. As you guys bring up, those hallways through there, they're so winding and they're all over the place. It's like a little labyrinth. I went friggin' chest right into Mark Dayton, turned the corner.
It'll happen.
Smoked right into that guy. And it was funny because there was about 9 producers from KSTP that were walking in front of him. I was like, could you guys have not given a guy a heads up around the corner that, I don't know, the most powerful guy in the state is 4 feet around the corner and I've got my headphones on and I'm trying to work? No? Okay, sorry about that. Anyways, nice to meet you, Mr. Dayton. Let me pick up that file for you.
So I have a question.
Go ahead, Tom.
Very quick question. Did he know you ran into him?
He is kind of translucent.
Oh, yeah. He can be a little dim. Let me put it that way.
I had a similar experience with Senator Al Franken when he was still around.
One of my favorites.
It's a weird place like that. There's all kinds of particularly during political seasons, there's a lot of political people around making the round, hitting the TV, then going up and doing the radio, and you just never know.
You never know. God, that's the last time I talked to Al Franken. I don't even know how many years. It was many, many years ago, because he and I never got along too well. Because he liked to be the big deal, that was his deal. Last time he was on the queue with me, he starts the interview with, well, if it isn't the great Tom Barnard.
Oh, that drove you crazy.
Okay, there, Shrimp Fest. Shut up.
Shrimp Fest.
Honest to God. Yeah, not my kind of guy. I'm sorry, but Al Franken is not my kind of guy. Mark Dayton, I never even met him, so I don't know.
I spent some time with Governor Dayton at the time at his home because for whatever reason, we were doing a story about his dogs. He had a couple of dogs that he absolutely just loved, and they lived in the governor's residence with them, and they had like this whole big setup for the dogs. And he and I sat in the backyard and in the snow playing with his dogs for like an hour.
No.
I really enjoyed it. I found him to be a very nice. We weren't talking politics. This isn't politics aside.
Right,
this is just
right.
him as a human being. He seemed like a very nice man.
What kind of dogs were they?
I think they're like black labs, big dogs. Yeah. But it was weird because they had this whole like system of chutes and gates and fences like up in the inside of the home, which is used publicly in some points too. So I don't know why in the world we would have been doing that, but it was weird.
I got to mention one thing.
Nice.
Before we move on.
Yeah.
I do have to mention one thing. That, again, this is how I kind of look at my life. I don't like Al Franken. I've never liked Al Franken. He and I have never gotten along, not once. But I did stand up that day and say, why are you firing him from the U.S. Senate for what he was joking around and never even touched the woman. Jesus, now you can't even go like this. Really? You get fired for that now. So I supported him up and down and never heard a word from him, though. Gave him all the support I possibly could, but never heard back. So you know what, Al? Kiss my sister's black cat's ass. What do you think of that?
I think that was you showed a lot of compassion and by going out on a limb.
But it's true. If it's true, it's true.
I think when that happened, it was very much. It was when people were really kind of going nuts about the Me Too stuff.
Yeah,
had that happened, had that come out 6 months to a year later, I think it would have been a whole different story. But,
yeah, I think so.
Timing was everything, and that definitely that was it for him at that moment. I know he's trying to get back into the comedy game and such, but I think so. Yeah,
well, I didn't know that. I know it was on. Was that Trevor Horrible?
Yeah,
whatever that
Trevor
was?
Noah.
Oh my God, was he horrible on television? What an arrogant prick that guy was.
Trevor Noah, you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Ugh.
He's quitting. He quit, right?
Yeah, he did.
He's quitting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What, he moved? Isn't he from Australia or something originally?
He's from South Africa.
Oh, South Africa. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, I don't know. I never watched it. I saw the show like twice with him. He was just not my kind of guy. I'm sorry. I compare everybody to Johnny Carson, so good luck to you.
Hi-oh!
Right. Hi-oh! And I'm telling you, Ed McMahon was a huge part of that.
Oh, my God. It makes me think of remember the Saturday Night Live skits when Phil Hartman would be Ed McMahon?
He would be Ed McMahon. Hi-yo!
And he was, because Phil Hartman was so obnoxious.
Yes,
and I remember one they cut over to Ed, and he was eating a can of Alpo.
Well, he was selling it on TV, so I mean,
It was so stupid and like the most basic humor. But whenever I think of Ed McMahon, I think of that, which is just funny.
That's
many years later.
Did Phil Hartman's wife shoot him or something? What happened? So she shot him.
Yeah, it was
I thought so.
Very, very sad. Yeah.
Jesus, whatever happened to her?
She killed herself right after that.
Oh, did you? Because she was from Minnesota, I believe, wasn't she?
I can't remember all the details, but it happened at his home.
Yeah.
And there were people that were trying to reach out to her days before this, saying like, I don't think she's in a good place. And Phil was also trying to get her some help, and then it just because he was the quintessential Saturday Night Live cast member.
I agree,
hands down.
I agree.
And I think if you ask anybody, Dana Carvey, if you ask Mike Myers, if you ask all the heavy hitters, David Spade, they would all go, Phil Hartman was the best. You couldn't find anybody when he did Unfrozen Caveman Lawyer. What a weird concept, but it worked.
So funny.
I'm just a caveman. Just an average caveman. And it just worked with that guy. Everything he did.
He was good.
He just committed. No matter how
Yes.
silly the bit, he would commit. He was funny.
And his Bill Clinton, when he would always walk in, he walked into McDonald's that time on a run to go eat fries. Yes.
Now, how long ago was that that he was on Saturday Night Live?
That was, I think he died in 96, 97.
30 years probably.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
That's the last time I saw Saturday Night Live, was when he was still on it. So I haven't watched that show in almost 30 years.
Yeah, you haven't missed much.
Oh, my God. When that woman sat down and played Hallelujah on the piano, I wanted to vomit.
Yeah, Kate McKinnon. He died May 28th. Oh, wow, May 28th. So just recently, the anniversary, May 28th of 1998.
Oh, God, 25 years ago already. Jesus. That's too bad, because Phil Hartman was a very, very talented guy, no question about it. But Saturday Night Live is not even worth tuning into anymore. I haven't watched it in literally a quarter of a century.
It's pretty bad. Everybody that they
I've
had that
heard.
was kind of somewhat okay, the Melissa Villasenors, stuff like that. She's moved on. Kate McKinnon's moved on. Everybody that was just the only person who hasn't is Kenan Thompson.
Yeah.
He hasn't moved on yet.
It's been. I mean, he's been on that show now. I think like 19 seasons. It's
has he really?
Longest running cast member. Yeah.
I'm gonna say something possibly controversial. It's because he's meh. He's just kind of he's.
He's nothing.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't think of a character. Besides, he does the Alexa commercial that we really like. That one, Alizé. You know.
Oh yeah.
He did that really well. But I would have to say, there's not like a standout character he does. He knows that this is probably where he needs to stay.
I don't know. His Steve Harvey is pretty funny.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Steve Harvey.
Brittany, I'm with you on this one.
Thanks.
I don't not like him, but
Yeah.
I don't like every time he does a skit, it's kind of the same guy, I think. Just sort of a different version of it.
He plays
Rudy, you not feeling that?
He plays the straight guy a lot in this stuff. You know, the one that has to go like, everything here is crazy. I'm the normal one. And I don't see him if he left SNL, I don't see him doing some big project. So I feel like he knows where his bread is buttered and he's going to stay there. A lot of times with SNL, they leave because they want to do so much more because it's so time consuming. But I feel like Keenan's making the right move.
Yeah.
Stay.
Sticking it out. Well, he's seeing that guy's like, what's his name? Like Taron Kellen? Was that his name?
Keenan and Kel, yeah.
No. He was he was on the show. He was a white guy.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't watch.
He went on the ABC to do a show for like a cup of coffee. But everybody thought he was going to be the next big thing when he left Saturday Night Live, and it didn't pan out. And you're right. I think Keenan is watching all of these people go on and be like,
Right.
I'm going to do movies. I'm going to do this. I'm going
Yeah.
to do that. Kate McKinnon has done basically nothing since she left Saturday Night
Nothing.
Live. She had Ghostbusters right at the end, and that has been it.
Yep.
So, I mean, is the show good at all anymore?
Every once in a while, they do have a couple of guys on there that are, what's his name, Mikey something? Chris Redd was on. Oh, Chris Redd was so good. When he would do Kanye West, that was...
Yeah, he was pretty good.
That was really good.
I never saw that.
But they have like one or two people on there that are kind of standouts. And when I say standouts, I mean you've never even heard of them. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just one of these things. It's just been around so long that they just keep pumping money into it.
Is Colin What's-His-Face still on there, the one's married to the movie star?
It still is
Jost.
Colin Jost. Yep,
Colin
he's still
Jost,
on.
there
Yeah,
you go,
Michael
yeah.
Shea is still on. He was supposed to leave and decided to stick it out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he came back
Yeah.
before he technically even left. Like I
Yeah.
don't think he left in between seasons and then came back. So there was no interruption in his being on there. Yeah, I would agree. It's like feel like one out of about every 7 skits hits
Really?
and it's funny, but yeah.
Not great, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, unlike you guys where every bit hits
Oh,
no matter
well,
what.
yes. Oh, it's just a given.
Pew, 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 pew.
One of those deals. All those guys. I was just thinking back of all those guys that were around. What the hell happened to all of those people? That Colin Quinn, what the hell ever happened to him?
Still in New York at the Comedy Cellar every night,
Oh,
just
is he?
destroying. Yes, he does a one-man show at a theater just around the corner from the Comedy Cellar. It is sold out. I mean, I think he does it like 4 nights a week. It's sold out every single time.
Because I loved him on Saturday Night Live. I thought he was really good.
We do have an email for Chris.
You can't use the F word. I told you that.
Well, I'll work around it.
Okay.
Amanda.
Tell that son of a beep, 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 beep.
I save those for later. I write back
Yeah,
for those
exactly.
ones.
Good.
All right, Amanda wrote in, good morning. I have a quick question for Chris. Does he know what happened with the E-tabs bill in the legislature? I knew they were trying to take away some features of the e-tabs. Thanks, Amanda.
I do have an answer to that. I do believe those restrictions did get put into place. It was part of a tax bill, and I'm almost positive that passed. And yeah, it's going to put some really big changes on the e-pull tabs, because basically they were set up to do multiple pulls at one time, which made them almost like a slot machine.
Oh,
and
sure.
So the argument was it was too much like a slot machine, and the tribal casinos they were not into that. And I think it got, those restrictions did get put into place. And that's a big thing for a lot of charities. What does it say? $6.3 million a day business.
Really?
Yeah. They
Wow.
paid off a big chunk of Viking Stadium, which I remember back when that thing was pitched, and I remember them saying they're going to pay off the stadium. You remember the People's Stadium with e-pull tabs? I was like, no way they're going to make that much money, but they apparently did make quite a bit of money. But yeah, so that's a big thing. I'm glad they asked about that.
Thanks, Chris. You're so knowledgeable.
Very knowledgeable.
Thank you, Brittany. I always like to have a working knowledge of today's top stories right up here in my head.
Oh God, boy, look at the time.
Hey, Tommy, were you buddies? What was your relationship with Jesse Ventura?
Early on, it was very, very good. For the last 25 years, not so great.
Okay. I thought I remember you talking about him before.
Yeah, Jesse. Well, and again, the tough part, to just go back about half an hour ago, my wife and his wife were very, very good friends. His daughter Jade was our babysitter. His son, nice kid. His wife and kids are really, really nice people. And Jesse is too. Jesse's just, I think the problem that, and it's not intentional on either one of our parts, and I'm not comparing myself to Jesse or anybody else, but I think when you get two like big personalities together, and I don't mean famous, I just mean that big personality, it hardly ever works out well. Let me put it that way.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Were you guys talking about him because of he was there for the marijuana?
For the marijuana deal.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up, so I assumed you. Okay, got it.
So what do you think of that whole deal? When are you going to start hitting the pipe?
I'm going to show my. I don't know. I've lived in cities that have legalized. I'm not a prude. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
It does change the dynamic of a city, though. And I don't know that everyone quite realizes how much that will change. And I mean, other cities do it, and I guess it all works out. Otherwise, they wouldn't continue to do it. Yeah. But I mean, I think of the last time I was in Seattle or in New York City or Las Vegas, or I mean, you can't be out and about walking in busy areas. It's absolutely everywhere.
Denver's the same way.
Denver's the same way.
It is. Yeah.
I mean, I don't have little kids anymore. Now I worry about it for different reasons. I've got a kid who just turned 18, and you know, I don't know.
I have a question for you. I have a question for everybody on the show, actually.
Mm-hmm.
How is it okay to sell a product that you have to, in its form they're talking about, that you have to smoke? I don't think we should be encouraging people to smoke marijuana. It's not good for you. It's just as bad for you smoking cigarettes. Why are we selling something that'll kill people? You mean like you're talking about like pure debris in lungs kind of concept? Yeah, just like smoking a cigarette, smoking a joint. It's not good for you. Now, you can do all the THC you want. I got no problem with that at all. But I wouldn't be smoking it. No way would I smoke that crap. I mean, I think going after things that people know are bad for them is just... It wouldn't fly. You can't just tell people this is bad for you. We're not going to do it because that would... They did with cigarettes. But we still sell them. We still sell them, but nowhere near like we used to. Oh, my God. You could get those. You could go to, like, Toys R Us and buy a carton. Yeah. Well, now they're like $25 a pack, too. Yeah, so that's true.
It's expensive.
That is true. They are literally like $12 a pack, are they not?
It is. Yeah, it's $11, $12.
You know how much it was when I smoked? Because the last time I ever smoked, I was 21 years old. So that was a long time ago.
How much was a pack?
31 cents.
Holy buckets!
Yeah, that's true.
When I was 17 years old, I used to give my friend Matt a $5 bill, and he could walk out and get me a pack of Marbreds and a tin of Kodiak Chew. It would come to like $4.97.
There you go.
And man, you couldn't even get near that today.
You just named my college lunch every day.
Yeah.
Bleak.
Yeah. I wore a size 29 pants.
Sure.
Super skinny, but filled with
Yeah,
nicotine.
right.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh my God! Remember the nicotine deal? Yeah, I stopped smoking. I can't believe that was 50 years ago already. I don't even think about that. Yeah, I don't know that I ever really smoked though, because since I French inhaled, did it ever get into my lungs or just in the back of my throat and then I exhaled it?
I'm sure you still get particles.
A little bit, but
Sure.
nowhere near as much as if you inhaled it straight into your lungs.
Oh, I loved smoking cigarettes.
Did She's all sad in here now.
Loved it. I mean, I have no interest now. I can't. When you smell it, I feel sick. But there is something about just like you talk about the inhaling or taking a smoke break.
Oh, yeah. Okay, here's my the trifecta. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
I started with Old Gold.
Yep.
And then I went to Lark. Remember Lark cigarettes?
No, I
They're
don't
not
remember
even
any
around
of
anymore.
these.
Okay. Oh, well, you don't remember Old Gold? They're still around, aren't they? I think.
I believe so, yeah.
I think they are. And then I wrapped her up with Cool Milds, baby.
Oh yeah, because you're so even keeled.
My dad used to smoke Cools, man. Whenever I see some menthols, I'm like, aw. Rest in peace, Dad.
I do want to point one thing out, and Chris, I called them both, left a message. I said, look, for Wednesday's show, we're all going to wear a light blue or green shirt. Dang. And you and I, of course, followed look at that. Dang. We look like we belong on a team, you know what I mean?
I got a white shirt underneath.
Do you?
Yeah.
Some people adhere to team rules, and
I know.
others think they're above the team.
It
and
never stops.
That is.
Brittany and I are the Allen Iversons of podcasting.
AI, baby. He was a calm individual, wasn't he?
Yeah, wasn't he? Sure.
Very laid back, no question about it. But so that's the deal. We just don't smoke anymore, don't drink anymore. I don't do shit anymore. I don't do anything.
I know, we're so lame. We
We
do
really
take
are
these
lame.
gummies that I melted all together in my
The
car.
bad ones are over here.
They're just one
The bad
gummy
one-
now.
Look, let me show you something.
So I bought these to contribute because Tom buys our gummies, and I was like, I'll buy it, and then I left it in the car, and now it's
Okay,
just
you ready?
one giant
I'm
gummy.
even going to show you this way because they hang on the roof of it. Look at that. Look at that. They were in her car, so they're just one big mass now.
For like a whole day yesterday. Here's the thing, I think it'll make us bond. I'll take a bite. And then you'll take a bite,
Get
and we'll
away
just
from
work
me.
on it.
Like an apple, as Rudy said earlier.
Yeah.
Eat it like an apple.
Yeah, we'll
It'll
pass
be
it
wonderful.
around. Take a hit, pass it up.
So we got, Judd's coming up in about 15 minutes, something like that. So we're going to be talking about the fact that I did not watch a Twins game last night because I told myself, I guarantee you there's no way we're going to win this game. No way. Now, I did hear yesterday, too, and I don't know that this is true. Part of it is true, I know. But I had heard yesterday that the Twins signed Rocco to a 2 or 3 year extension.
I think I did read that too.
Right.
Yeah.
But the initial report I heard, and I know I heard this, was they signed him for $33 million. Wasn't he making like $800,000 a year or something? That can't be true, can it? $33 million for 3 years for him?
Dang.
That's a lot of money, man. I don't believe that's true, but I did see that on the television news last night.
Did you you had to have met Paul Molitor before, right?
Oh yeah, I've met him many times.
Yeah. You probably liked him, right? You seem like a
Very even keel guy, and he my younger brother and his younger brother worked together at the beginning at Northwest Orient Airlines. What do you think of that?
Okay.
They were baggage handlers. His brother and my brother both were.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, I don't know him really. I don't know Molitor really, really well, but I've met him several times. He's a very even keel guy, not a big talker.
No, I think about him versus Baldelli, and Molly at a news conference or something. He's always right here, and not what you would consider like a prolific baseball personality.
No,
but I did a bowling event with him a number of years ago, and like it was just me and him bowling with some other people. So I got to spend like an hour and a half with him.
With Rocco?
No,
with Paul. With Paul?
Paul Molitor.
Not a lot of talking, baby.
No, but like I really liked it. Like he was just he was like a typical Midwest guy. Like I'm not gonna sit here and we're not gonna bullshit and blow smoke, the whole time. Right. We just had a nice conversation, and I really enjoyed him. And I don't know Baldelli that much. I do know he's a little bit more of a prolific personality, but I also know that people give him a lot of crap for some of his management techniques, like resting. Although I don't think he's been resting players as much this year as kind of what he had done in years past, what I've been hearing. But
exactly. We should have him on the show and like go after Italians the whole time he's on.
Rocco Baldelli. We always on the news when his name comes up because I'm so unprofessional. But whenever his name comes up, Barlow and I will be like Rocco Baldelli. And
I grew up with those guys.
Yep.
Oh, honest to God. I remember some of my friends' fathers were right from Italy. Tommaso. It's like, my name is Tom. Tommaso, how you doing?
That's why you walk around saying mozzarella the way you do.
Mozzarella. I loved it, no question about it. So everything else is good?
Yeah, it's going to be hot like for the next week straight.
In the 90s.
Yeah. That's another big thing we're watching because schools are still in session, and it doesn't sound like it's going to be heat cancel. It's not going to be like canceling school hot, but it's going to be getting in that possibility with it so hot. So
that's have to be 100. Is that what they're looking for?
Yeah, I think the heat index needs to be pushing up toward 100. Although we were talking to Ken about it this morning, he said the air quality issue might come into play more so than the heat over the next week or so. So I guess we'll see.
Did you tell him that we included him in the KB club, even though he's not on this show? Because you got Catherine Brandt is KB1, you got Kristyn Burtt is KB2, and then Ken Barlow is KB3. So we got KB1, 2, and 3. All
great KBs as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, there's no getting around it. You can't even argue the point.
Nope.
And then we'll change his name to Kent Burbeck so he can be KB4. What do you think? How about Burbeck? Although I'll never forget 1981 or 82, whenever it was, when Herbeck first came up. Bob Casey, who was the stadium announcer. I loved Bob. What a great guy. Scott, I'd be walking the Skyway system. This is like, 35 years ago. Walking the Skyway system, all of a sudden I'd hear, Barnard! It's like, oh, God. He was like 2 blocks away, for Christ's sake. Bob Casey belting it out. Great guy, though. But the first time he introduced Kent Herbeck coming to the plate, came up from single A, by the way. People might not realize it. He came up from single A to the majors. That's a big jump.
That is.
But as he's coming to the plate, ladies and gentlemen, now batting, Kent Raybeck. They call him Kent Raybeck. I'll never forget.
Oh, that's funny.
But who the hell would HRB? How the hell do you pronounce HRB?
If I saw that name, if I was in Chris's position and I saw that name on a story, I would just faint.
Well, you can tell the people who aren't from here when his name comes up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Panic would set.
And I like secretly laugh inside. I'm like, you don't know Herbeck.
I don't know a damn thing. You're out of the mix. That's all we're saying. In any case, young man, I will, maybe I'll, are you going to still be around at like 11:30, quarter to 12?
Not here. No, I'll be gone.
Oh, Jesus.
Sorry. I'd love to have lunch at the commissary over here, but
lunch at the commissary. That's it. No question.
Yeah.
I'm still trying
to hang out. But...
I'm still trying to put together that meat wagon ice cream truck thing at my house, but
I'm in.
The 9th is June 9th. Does that work for the three of you?
That's Friday, right?
It's a Friday.
Yeah. I could do it. I got family coming to town that afternoon, late evening.
Late evening? Okay.
Yeah, they could probably hang and find something to do if need be.
Or they could come over and eat free ice cream and.
Nope, not this family member. Nope, they are definitely not. No. This is the family member I told you about the Rush story, right? When I brought him backstage to meet the band Rush. Did I tell you that?
No.
I'll tell you. I know we got to go to break, but after that, I was like, you know what? I don't think I can take you out in public anymore, my man. I don't think we can do that.
That bad, huh?
Yeah.
We've all got some of those.
Oh, yeah.
Well, let me figure it out because I got to ask everybody else else on the show thinking about it. Like Tevin's coming in today. I can talk to Judd.
We'll get to the bottom of it.
Get to the bottom of it. But, yeah, I mean, it's going to be because I got to get the okay from the neighbors to bring in the trucks and all that stuff.
Right.
But they're all invited. Mm-hmm. I mean, I want you guys to meet them. I have great neighbors, no doubt about it.
Be fun.
All right, Palomino, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
Thanks. Oh, God, you got rid of him quickly. Goodbye.
He got rid of him quickly.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, that was it.
He was gone, man. All right, we'll take a break. Be right back. That 9 o'clock hour coming up next, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I've got to say I'm feeling fantastic, and I'm not making that up. I would not tell you that I'm feeling fantastic if I'm not. As you may have heard, I've been following the fat loss program at mnfatloss.com. I've lost 24 pounds now. I've been following the program for 6 weeks. That means I'm losing an average of 4 pounds a week, which is pretty damn good. And again, you have to remember, I have to eat out a lot, whether it's lunch or dinner or whatever, but I've learned to balance and how to handle that. So the whole thing's working out great for me. I'm not good at that. I'll have a pretzel. You know what I mean?
Oh, heck no.
Oh, hell no. So, yeah, it's working out great. So, yeah, I've been following the program for about 6 weeks now, and I can tell you it feels great to be going into summer, having lost the weight in just a few weeks' time. You will absolutely be able to lose weight like I've done and still enjoy the foods you love this summer. That's exactly the point I was trying to make. You can still enjoy the foods you love. I'm eating my favorite grilled steak and chicken along with fresh vegetables and berries, drinking lots of water. No wonder I feel great. With Brittany and Rudy and then healthy.
Oh, my God.
How could I feel any better?
You're set up to succeed,
See what I'm saying? If you want to find out about the secret to lose 20 to 30 pounds in just 8 weeks like I'm doing, that's about a pound of fat every day, no exercise required. To schedule your free consultation, go to mnfatloss.com. That's mnfatloss.com. Results may vary. Be sure to tell them. The team over at mnfatloss, that is. mnfatloss.com. Tom Barnard sent you.
It's the Memorial Day auction from Air Mechanical. Your chance to save up to 70% on items. Like this. You can save up to 70% on these amazing items and services. Bid now on a super high efficiency plus condensing tankless water heater from Rinnai. Enjoy an endless supply of hot water. Also bid on AeroSeal duct sealing. Very effective way to improve the efficiency of heating and cooling systems by reducing air leakage. Just go to TomBarnardShow.com and enter keyword auction to bid now. That's TomBarnardShow.com and enter keyword auction.
Tom Barnard here. Are you ready for some throttle therapy? Cruise the water in luxury on a brand new Bennington pontoon from Power Lodge. Enjoy sunset from the water, entertain the kids, and float on the lakes all summer long. It all starts at the Lodge, the Twin Cities' newest Bennington dealer, the Power Lodge, with locations in Brainerd, Onamia, Ramsey, and Miller Marine of St. Cloud. Hundreds of pontoons in stock across all Power Lodge locations. Your summer fun begins at Brainerd's newest Bennington dealer, the Power Lodge. Enjoy the best days of summer on your favorite lakes in a brand new Bennington pontoon from the Twin Cities' newest Bennington dealer, the Power Lodge in Ramsey, with locations in Brainerd, Onamia, Ramsey, and Miller Marine in St. Cloud, and hundreds of Benningtons in stock across all locations. The Power Lodge is your destination before you hit the lakes this summer and cruise at sunset. Fun begins at the Lodge, the Twin Cities' newest Bennington dealer, the Power Lodge. Get some throttle therapy on land and water, millermarine.com and powerlodge.com, and you can tell them Tommy sent you.
What can Hubbard Interactive do for your business? Let's take a listen and find out what they did for one local company, Steve the Window Guy.
I'm Sally, and I'm a digital brand strategist here at Hubbard Interactive. We met with Melissa from Steve the Window Guy, and she was looking for help with their video advertising strategy. So we helped build a comprehensive plan for streaming TV and YouTube ads.
And Melissa, tell us how it's been getting your message out with help from Hubbard Interactive.
I've been working with them for 5 years, and what I've learned is that they have both the experience and the depth inside their team to help me solve any creative marketing challenge that I've got. So over the years, I've moved from radio ads to streaming TV to YouTube ads, and now we're moving towards SEO. And I'm loving the results that I'm seeing.
Is there anything else you want business owners out there to know about Hubbard Interactive?
I am so grateful for the entire team at Hubbard Interactive for effortlessly understanding our business and our marketing vision, and then always delivering only the best results.
To find out how our experts can help your business grow, get in touch today at hubbardinteractive.com.
I'm Tom Barnard.
Hey, man. Oh, yes.
What do you know, bro?
Jesus. Al Pacino is 83 and about to become a father at 83?
29-year-old partner.
My God, really?
Wow.
I read this yesterday and got so annoyed. As somebody who's dealt with so many infertility problems, this made me irate. How dare he? How dare he?
How about this one? How dare Tevin Pittman is what I'd like to know.
Let me grab you some headphones.
Those work?
Yeah, these work.
They're good.
You sure?
Yep.
His mic doesn't.
No, we'll get him going yet. I just want to make sure that he's all set. Okay.
Hey, Barney Cools.
What the hell is Barney Cools?
I don't know. It's just a shirt.
What the hell's wrong with you? Poolside etiquette.
Yeah.
Oh, pardon me.
If you want to lay out by the pool, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, God. We just found out that Al Pacino, who's 83 years old, just had a baby.
Yeah, I heard that. And
What?
His
the
wife
hell?
was 29.
29.
I believe. Or wife, I guess the mother.
Girlfriend,
Yeah.
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I love Al Pacino, but Al, could you show a little responsibility?
Yeah.
Because who was Al Pacino, and then there was some other old
De
actor.
Niro.
De Niro, yeah. Just
Oh,
had
he
a
just
kid
had
a
a
couple
big
weeks
kid,
ago.
too,
Yep.
yeah. Oh, so they're having a competition.
Apparently.
That's about what
Probably
it
have
was.
grandkids that are older
What are
than...
you doing?
She doesn't think I can log into a computer and...
I was helping him so he could keep talking with you.
Well, that's true. It's a break from talking to you, so that's good.
It's been a rough morning with Brittany, sounds like.
A rough life.
Disaster. It's an unmitigated disaster is all it is. Wouldn't you say that's true?
Yeah.
Britt,
Yeah, I think that's true.
you heard me,
You
sister.
heard it here first.
All right, we got a lot of good stuff coming up. Tevin Pittman just walked in. So how's the weather outside? It's like 74.
Oh, it's beautiful.
and
It's beautiful.
That's what I heard. And it's
Like
just really nice.
It makes me wish that there was a Twins Day game to just go sit outside and watch.
Yeah, they're in Houston, man.
Yeah.
You're going to have to go to Houston, hang out there.
Catch a quick flight.
My least favorite city in America.
Your least favorite?
Yeah, I don't
Why?
like Houston. I don't know. I just the highway system sucks.
It does
first of
suck.
all. It's terrible.
terrible. It's such a big city that
Yes.
it takes like an hour. It feels like to get anywhere.
That's exactly
and then when
what
it
I
rains,
don't like about
And when
it.
it rains, it floods like crazy.
Yep.
But I mean, other than that, it's a great place.
Other than the fact you can't get anywhere within 2 hours,
Yeah.
but other than that, it's good.
What's that?
I don't know. I don't know any of the people in Houston. I don't know anybody from. I don't think I know anybody from. Well, a couple of comedians I know that are from Houston.
Moon
Well, that's right. Moon's from Houston. I forgot about that. No wonder I hate the place.
says a lot about Houston.
It really does. We got to have Moon on the show.
Oh.
I love Moon. He's a great guy. His wife's far too good for him.
You know, I know we joke a lot of times about people who's like they've outpunted their coverage when it comes to their wives. Like their wives are the best. That is one guy that I can honestly say his wife is far too good for him.
There's no doubt about it.
Absolutely, yes.
There's no getting around it, ladies and gentlemen. She's very pleasant, too. That's the other thing. She's a very, very sweet person. Very pleasant, as a matter of fact. So, Tevin, what's the latest?
The latest, not a whole lot. I'm officially now done at Walzer. So
Are
that's,
ya?
Yep, that's
Me
fun.
too.
Yeah.
So we have that
really?
income.
Yeah.
So's Doug Sprinthal.
It's just a
We're all
mess.
done now.
Now I feel kind of jealous. Should I get hired and then immediately get fired?
Okay,
I-
first of all,
I-
nobody was fired. Okay.
Oh,
I just meant
Let's
for my
calm
life
down.
path.
Oh, I don't know if that's
Right,
true
right.
or not.
Okay,
Somebody
well,
was
I
fired.
shouldn't say nobody was. I was personally not fired.
He felt offended by that.
Right, you're just gonna accuse a black guy of getting
Okay.
fired, Brittany.
No,
Yeah, you're
robbery,
not the
but
first
not
black
that.
person I have accused of that today, sir. It's been a busy morning. Thank you very much.
Not surprised.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where there's one person over in that building. If I ever see him again, he ain't gonna like it. I can promise you that.
Stop.
I'll do some damage you won't walk away from.
By law, we have to say that you will walk away and we won't
Right.
do any
No,
damage.
This is not a direct threat to anybody.
Why not? I like threatening people.
I know. That's why my
No, I
job,
actually
I
don't.
literally get paid to just walk around and go, that was a joke.
You're the walking disclaimer.
Allegedly.
Yep. This is for entertainment purposes only.
So you, what were you doing at Walzer?
No, I was just in sales, and then it just got too much with my side gig that I couldn't do both. So,
All right. So what are you gonna do now?
so my summer is completely booked with weddings and events.
Oh, yeah,
that I'll
that's
DJ
right.
and stuff
Yeah,
like that. And
that's
so it
good.
was the money that I make doing that, something that I like to do, makes more sense than sitting there and
Indeed.
wasting away.
Well, Dougie has a new job. We're gonna find out about that, which is good because I love Doug Sprinthal. I worked with him 14 years at Walzer. So we're going to continue to work together. He's going to come on the show. He's got a lot of stuff going. So it just people get very weird. They just do.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll show you how it's done. Oh, will you? Okay, good for you. I'll relent. We can let Judd on the show.
Yay!
I love that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for allowing me to enter.
I'm honored.
Judd, I got to be honest with you, though, and Tevin probably knows this better than anybody. Well, they have Brittany, too, that I'm not really good at tolerating people I don't like. Like, I can't pretend to like somebody I don't like. You guys have problems with that?
Yes.
Yeah. Like, it is definitely hard to pretend that, especially if you have to sit and talk with them forever. It's like, I just really don't. We can all go our separate ways and be just fine.
But, I mean, isn't it good on the other side of that if you're nice to somebody, it means you're sincere?
Yeah. And I would rather, if somebody didn't like me, I'd rather them not just pretend, and we just don't, unless we have to, like, I guess, be coworkers. But
if you work together.
Yeah, you got to learn how to compartmentalize.
I really do. I'm bad at that.
And just know, like, hey, the greater good here. Like, what is it to? Because I had something happen over the weekend where I was like, man, I could just like lose my shit on this person, but what's the point? Like, why? I just want to enjoy myself, and I don't need to tell people about it, and they don't need to come to me about it. We just need to just go, okay, well, that thing happened, and now I'm just going to move on and not worry about it, you know?
No, was it just an internal thing, or did it affect your business, or did it affect you in any negative way?
It affected a little bit of business, yeah. So I had to make some phone calls and be like, hey, I think there's a little bit of a miscommunication here. This isn't exactly what happened, and I think, there's two sides to every story. And of course, after I gave my side, everyone was like, oh, okay, that makes... Because my biggest thing is when I said, when this thing happened, did you guys stop for a second and go, that doesn't sound like him? And everybody I talked to went, yeah, that did. It doesn't sound like you. And I'm like, well, then you should listen to your gut on this one. Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I just don't understand. And that's the biggest problem I've always had. And again, I don't hate anybody. I'm not going to waste my energy hating anybody. The part that I don't understand is when you're going after, and I'll just use me because I'm the one talking, right? You go after me in an untoward way, in an unfair way. Look, you go after me because something I did and I actually did it, I got no problem with that. You go after me with something I didn't do, you've now affected my family, which means you better not ever come near me. I will tell you that flat out. If you mess with my family, I'm sorry, it's way over the top. If you mess with their income, their happiness, whatever it is, if you mess with that, I will eventually pay you back for that. That's fair, isn't it?
You're like the mob.
Right.
It's pretty much. I did grow up Catholic.
Basically, the one-man mob is what you are.
Don't mess with my family, man.
You sound like Liam Neeson, like you have a special set of skills.
Yeah, special set of skills. But doesn't that bother you if they go after you and they affect your family? That I cannot tolerate. Can't do it.
Yeah, no, and especially because nowadays it's...
You don't? Well, how about your wife?
Well, yeah, that's fine, but I'm saying I would think with kids it becomes far more personal.
Oh, it is. It is.
Especially when they're younger because they don't know as much as you do. Like your wife, I think you trust enough to, for the most part, defend herself, right? But kids, I think, are a different trigger point.
You know my favorite story of all time, and it was because they were in 1st and 3rd grade. My kids started at a new school in 1st and 3rd grade. And they classmates heard I was coming to pick them up, right? But they didn't hear the name Tom Barnard. They just heard the name Menard, which I don't know how Bernard turned into Menard. But I got there to pick my kids up, and I saw these kids were disappointed. That's not the Menards guy. It's like, really? Really, thanks a lot.
I'd be more impressed if they knew who the Menards
guy is. They love them.
Looks like,
at Menards.
Save big money at Menards. They had a cartoon of him.
They did.
Yeah.
It's true. So I was Tom Menard.
You're just missing out a little bit.
Apparently,
the Amish roots are missing out.
No question about it. You notice that Judd and I have been on the air together now for about 2 minutes, and the twins haven't even come up yet, which is a good thing. Mm-hmm. Because I knew they were. I did not watch 1 minute of the game last night, Judd, because I knew they were going to lose. It's just this pattern they have now. It's a pattern.
You are really pissed off now.
I am very.
If you didn't even turn the game on, you're very pissed off.
I did not even turn it on. I am very. Would you, Judd? You have to know this. I saw an article that, of course, Rocco just signed a new 2 or 3 year extension. You're aware of that, right?
Yes.
One of the articles said that they paid him $33 million. That cannot be right.
Oh, I haven't seen that. I just saw the news of the extension last week that I guess had been done for months. But
oh, really? I didn't know that.
But if it's three, yeah, I mean that seems excessive.
$10 million a year for him? That's a lot of money. I don't know if I'm buying this. Any way to find out how much he did sign for?
Those are hard to find out. Players
are
simple. Managers and coaches and the like and GMs are very hard to find out. But how about this one? How about the fact that it is now almost June 1st and Carlos Correa is hitting .211?
I know.
He has become, as I tweeted last night, Tom, he's become, and I'm sure as a longtime baseball fan you do, recall Mark Belanger.
Oh, absolutely.
Mark Belanger, marvelous shortstop, but couldn't hit his weight. Carlos Correa has become, because he's great. Yeah. He is a great shortstop. There is no doubt about it. But for 36 million per, I expect more than a guy who's a great caller. Is that too much to ask, you guys?
No, not for $35 million a year. No, it's not. I still can't believe some of these incomes now. $40 million a year for what?
Well, and baseball is just so astronomical because there's so much money coming in that it's like it's either you pay somebody like Rocco $35 million a year or it just sits in the Polad's pockets. And so
I guess you're right about that, but I don't know that they should have signed him to an extension because some of this stuff you're going to have to blame on him. I mean, it's not all on the team. What he's doing is not working. Sorry.
I think we talked about this a few weeks ago, though. I think part of the thing now that has really changed is the manager a lot of times works in conjunction with the GM and president of baseball operations. And so it's a trickle down of what they all want. And what they all want at times can be very foreign to what we think is sensible.
Yeah.
Like I do like the fact that for the most part, they've done a far better job of allowing their starters to go deeper into games. But, Sonny Gray got in a little bit of trouble, put 2 men on 2 days ago in the game that they won against Houston, and they immediately yank him out, and the bullpen coughs up the lead.
Yep.
It's stuff like that. There was a time where, yes, Gray struggled, but at that point, you would have never taken him out. He had pitched well enough, and his pitch count was low enough to justify him being able to try to work through that. And now the patience for getting in trouble is so low that they'll come out and get you. And the problem is, if the front end of your bullpen's really good, that's great. Unfortunately for the Twins, as we know, it's not really great.
Is there one good reliever in that whole damn bullpen?
The back end is really good.
Yeah, the back end is good.
Duran is fantastic.
That's true.
He throws, the son of a buck throws 103 miles an hour. It's absolutely incredible. But the front end has been inconsistent. And the other problem is the guy that they got from the Orioles last year, Lopez, has got off to a great start and has gone back in the tank.
Yep. We got to do something about our middle relief. It's just dreadful. It's terrible.
Well, especially if you won't watch the games. My God, we got to get you,
Well, you just brought him up.
We got to get you comfortable so it's not a horror film when you turn on, you turn on Dick and Justin, you can't take it.
No, I agree. No question. And by the way, I'm going to put pressure on Tevin because as a black man in America today, there are a couple of Twins pitchers that, and you have to do this. You just have to dye the back of your head blonde. That's a real good look.
See, yeah, the whole blonde like mohawk or little patch that you'll see.
Yes,
I'm not jumping on that trend anytime. No. That's where they can keep that.
I think it'd be wonderful.
No. Tevin, how about green?
Green, go green.
Right. If the Twins, if they can pull their heads out and actually look like they do something, maybe I'll dye my hair blonde or something. They make a playoff. They make a playoff run.
I want to be there.
But, the way it's going now, it looks like whoever comes out of this division is going to be potentially a below 500 baseball team.
Potentially, you're right.
Trying to make the playoffs, it's ridiculous.
Are the Twins the only one still above 500 in their division, or is there one other team that's even now?
I think if it's not just them, it's just one other team because they were
they're
like one game above 500 last I saw.
I got the handy dandy sports section right
here. They're the only team above 500. And they're one game above 500.
One game above 500 in the entire division. Yeah. We should be 20 games up right now, for Christ's sake.
Oh, Detroit is 2 back, and they are 25 and 28. That's how
it's terrible.
Pathetic the division is.
It is pathetic. You're
And
right.
that's the thing, though, Tom. You're exactly right. That's what frustrates me for everyone who says, well, be patient, blah, blah, blah. Okay?
No.
I'm with you. You should be building an insurmountable lead right now. Your lead should be enough so that because there's, through the course of the season, there are natural periods of struggles, right?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
So, like, if you have one of those, I don't know, in July or August, your lead should be so big right now that, you go through a bad week or two, but you still lead by 5 games. At this point, they'll be in third place. That's what just absolutely kills me. And the starting pitching, how long have we pined for the Twins starting pitching to be good and consistent?
Yeah.
And Joe Ryan was not great last night, but you know what? 5 runs in that ballpark is not the end of the world. And they lost again. They can't score runs. It's just like on Sunday against Toronto. 3 runs against, 3 runs. It's nothing. Score 0. That's what just absolutely kills me.
I know. I couldn't agree more. It's getting very, very frustrating because the season's 1/3 over already. Just about. We got to do something. It's like, come on, man, get it together. And you got to look at Rocco. It's like, Rocco, what the hell? Do something. Season's 1/3 over. They still suck. Do something.
Yeah, and it feels like they should be more or less playing with house money because everybody else in this division is so bad that it's like you're not really under pressure from anybody that's making any kind of run. There wasn't a lot of high expectations on you coming into the season necessarily.
That's true.
So you should be able to perform consistently a little bit better with kind of just playing with house money.
I would hope so. No question about it. Now, you two weren't here earlier, and it's kind of a sports reference because of his earlier life. But what do you think about the fact when Walz signed the marijuana bill, Jesse Ventura was right by his side? What the hell was that?
I saw the picture. What was the context for Jesse to be in public for the first time in how long?
I don't know. He came to town we finally got our marijuana. I guess. I don't know. I've never known and I've known Jesse for 40 years, for Christ's sake. I've never known him to be. Maybe he does smoke pot, but I've never seen him do it. Never done it around me, I can guarantee you that.
It was just weird to see that picture and think, how long has it been since I've seen him like in a public setting?
Yeah, a long time. It's a long
Feels like
long
forever.
Time. But what the hell? He's on the front page of Star Tribune this morning, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that where the picture is?
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. So you got Walz and you got Jesse Ventura, and they're looking at each other like, what the hell are you doing here?
So here's my question. So if we can pass that, which, by the way, I have zero problem with, but if we can pass that, why can't we pass sports gambling through?
Yeah, when are we going to do that? What's that?
Yeah, it should be, you would think, a no-brainer to, I mean, I'm sure it's a numbers thing with trying to figure out casinos and who gets what cut of everything. But, it should be something that there's just so much money in it that the state can make off of taxes and everything else. Like, come on.
Can Uncle Tommy give you one warning, though? Because I've been very, very lucky in life. I'm really good at math, just doing stuff in my head. I walked into a bar about 3 years ago, and I looked up at their board, and I looked at the basket. They have these little baskets. They're running some deal, and it was for a lot of money. I can't remember. It was for thousands and thousands of dollars. And I did the math, and I said, if I buy that whole basket, I'll win, because if it's still in there, if I buy the whole deal, I'll win the money, and that'll be good. Bought the whole deal, cost me several $100s, and the winning tab wasn't in there. So whoever kept that up there, that it was in there, should have been sent to prison. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they said it was still in there, and it was not. So where's my money? Sons of bitches.
It's his money, and he wants it
now.
There we go.
Gee, Wentworth.
But how can you put that up in your bar?
Here we go again.
What?
Did you say anything? Because I'm saying something. If
I
I
did.
go
I
to
said
the
to him.
box and I say, so it's still in here, correct? And they go, yep, it hasn't been. Well, I mean, could somebody have bought it, had it just sitting at their table and not pulled? Because it was pull tabs, I'm guessing, right?
It was pull tabs.
So somebody could have just had it at their table and not opened it yet.
Apparently, they knew it was. At least one person knew it wasn't in there. So I don't know what to tell
I'm causing a scene. I'm leaving here with something.
I will take the basket if all else fails.
But I mean, if you do
Nice
the math and you
basket.
realize I can't possibly lose, and then you still lose, that does piss you
Yes.
off.
Oh
100%.
yeah,
There's no doubt about
I
it.
don't understand how anyone has trust in anything with gambling. Like that's its own thing. I would not like.
No, I don't gamble. I'm not a gambler
Me
at all.
neither. I like a return on investment. That's why I like shopping.
You know what's going to be great, though, in the future, very quickly? It's going to be great in the future is that the students in our school system right now are so horseshit at math that we'll be able to win every run.
I can't wait to
They
steal
can't
money
do
from.
math.
I can't wait to steal money from Sage.
Sagey.
Yeah, sucker. Him and Gogo. Good luck.
Yeah, it's
It's
true.
because their phones do all the math for them now. That's why.
That's exactly what it is. They
you don't
do the
have
math
to
for
use
them.
your head now. You just pull out your phone and do the math on there.
9 times 7. Tevin, go.
9 times 7, it's 60 something.
3.
63. You take the 70 from 10, subtract the 7,
Guys,
it's 63.
I was an English major, so I don't know what you guys are coming to me
I just
for.
math
suck at
attacked
that,
you.
too.
I math attacked you so hard.
You know what?
Okay,
Tevin,
Rudy, spell
I'm going to-
kindergarten.
See?
I'm going to defend him. I'm going to defend Tevin because, Tom, it's simple for you. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm with him. I struggle with math.
A lot of
so
people
like
do.
it's common sense to you. My old man was like great at fractions. I can't do them to this day. So I'm going to defend Tevin and say it's easy for you. So it seems like we're dummies, and we might be, but it's not just because we can't do math.
Yep. Other reasons why I'm dumb, but not
Not this. Not here today,
Not that
sir.
right now.
Well, I will tell you one thing that's really pisses me off because I'm really, really, really good at math. Andy kicks my ass every time.
Yeah, he does.
He's incredibly
He
good
must
at
think
that
we're all
stuff.
just dumb.
Oh, he does.
He
You think we're all idiots.
100% thinks we're dumb.
Andy must walk around and be like, I have to roll up on these idiots again.
He's just nice enough not to say anything.
I know. He'll be explaining how something like connection works with like the computers, and I just look at him and I'm like, oh.
What? What'd you say? What?
No, get the puppets out, Andy.
Yeah, Andy's a pretty smart kid. There's no doubt about that. But we'll, if I ever walk into a bar again and do the math and figure, I'm going to make sure, okay, if it isn't in here, it's your ass. I'm just going to tell the person behind the counter. Right?
Yeah, I will condone some violence.
Oh God, I got to take a quick break here. We got to be right back right after this, ladies and gentlemen. Judd is with us. Tevin is with us. Of course, we got Rudy. You got Brittany.
Yep.
Brittany's got her own show going on the side here while I'm trying to get
My
the break.
side hustle.
You're a disaster.
63.
We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Tom Barnard here. Consider me your doctor of throttle therapy on and off the water. Cruise the water in luxury on a brand new Bennington pontoon from Power Lodge. Enjoy more sunsets on the water, entertain the kids, and just float all summer long. It all starts at the Lodge, the Twin Cities' newest Bennington dealer. The Power Lodge locations in Brainerd, Onamia, Ramsey, and Miller Marine, of course, in St. Cloud. Miller Marine, sing along, damn it. Hundreds of pontoons and fishing boats are in stock across all Power Lodge locations. Your summer fun begins at the Power Lodge. I used to live on a lake in Golden Valley. I can tell you it's a great life. Even if you don't live on the water, though, it can be just as fun when you take your boat and trailer to experience the fun of an afternoon on any of our 10,000-plus Minnesota lakes. Enjoy the best days of summer with friends in a brand new Bennington pontoon from Power Lodge. Miller Marine in St. Cloud is the largest Bennington dealer on the planet. My friends at the family-owned and operated Power Lodge brought Miller Marine into their family. And so here's a throttle therapy prescription from your buddy, Tommy B. Go to powerlodge.com and millermarine.com and get on the water.
Hi, I'm Mike Bryant from Bradshaw & Bryant. If you've been hurt in a car collision, it's traumatic enough. You don't need to waste time and energy on the legal stuff. Think of us as a partner who will guide you through the process. First off, you need to recover, but part of that is getting the compensation you deserve. At Bradshaw & Bryant, we'll work hard so you can get the rest you need during the trying months after a personal injury. At Bradshaw & Bryant, we understand how important it is to make our clients comfortable, so we build each client relationship on the pillars of honesty and transparency. Don't miss out on what's rightfully yours. We'll go to bat for you. For your free case consultation, please visit minnesotapersonalinjury.com. That's minnesotapersonalinjury.com. I'm Mike Bryan. I hope you're never injured in a collision. But if you are, don't sign anything until you've talked to Bradshaw and Bryant.
Find Bradshaw and Bryant, personal injury attorneys at minnesotapersonalinjury.com.
With Mike Bryant on your side, seeking justice for the injured. Bradshaw and Bryant.
This is Bob Sansevier, and I want to tell you about Dave Bialke from Bialke Law. Dave represented my wife, Mary, when she had a significant workplace injury. She was very happy with the job Dave did. If you have a work-related injury and have Dave represent you, I'm betting you'll be happy too. Dave is a down-to-earth guy. He grew up in northern Minnesota, rides a Harley, and worked various jobs doing concrete, electrical, plumbing, roofing, and carpentry work. Dave works for people with work-related injuries. If you work construction, or anywhere for that matter, and you're hurt or even just hurting, you should talk to Dave. Let's face it, our bodies wear out. If your body is worn out from work, if your knees or back or shoulders hurt from things you do at work, do what Mary did. Call Dave and talk to him about it at Bialke Law to set up a free initial consultation. The number to call is 763-571-2410. That's 763-571-2410. Or visit bialkelaw.com. That's BIALKE law.com.
Hey, Judd. Word on the street is the Twins aren't the only ones that are losing.
That is right, Brittany. But the good news is, in this case, it's a positive because you can lose that unwanted weight through my friends at Livia Weight Control Centers. In fact, I dropped 40 pounds. The most important thing is they're going to help you keep that weight off, too. And right now, if you join, it's during a very special time, which is their 1-week offer, which is on now. They're calling it the Premier All Access Offer, 50% off, plus a free gift. And get this, you could lose up to 15 pounds or more by the 4th of July. So 15 pounds or more by the 4th of July. Looking good, feeling good, going into summer. Again, it's the Premier All Access Offer, 50% off, plus a free gift. This offer, though, ends on Friday, so contact them now, 855-GO-LIVIA, livia.com, LIVEA.com. That is your ticket to losing, but in this case, weight, which is a good thing.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Tevin in studio. We got Judd Zulgad on the horn. You can see him live. Right there. I'm staring at him right now, as a matter of fact.
It's a new studio, too. You're not in your typical, I feel like you're in your home office most of the time.
I am in the big office, the old school AM 1500 studios, perhaps where Tom Barnard once worked.
Are you there? I'm coming by. How long are you going to be there today?
I'm going to be here till approximately 2 o'clock.
All right, well, I'm coming over at about 11:30, so I'm going to call you to let me in. What do you think?
I might be recording, so...
Blow it off.
Yeah, big deal, Judd.
But just tell them, hey, look, I'm Tom Barnard. Let me in.
Yes,
plus,
that's what I'll do.
Threaten them then, too, and then we'll let you in for sure. I can guarantee you.
I don't know if this plan is going to pan out like everyone's thinking. They've got good security there.
They do.
Yeah.
Although the head of security there is a huge fan of the show,
I
by
know.
the way. Oh, you know that already?
Yeah, it takes me forever to get out of that building when they know I'm attached to you because they love you.
Do they really?
Yeah, do they really?
Really? I've never heard that.
Candy loves you. Oh my God, Alice loves you. I used to sit and talk to them. They've got so many They got a lot.
Going over there today. So you should tune in to Susha's show today, the Joe
I
Susha
will.
show, because I'm going to go, you know who sucks? Brittany. It's just, Jesus, it's horrible.
Well, I'm not going to listen for me, but I didn't know you were on. I want to listen for you. You're going to be on Garage Logic.
Mm-hmm.
So do they live stream then too? Because I've listened to theirs after.
I guess. I don't know.
I'll
Do they live stream?
I don't think they live stream, but they definitely have it on a stream that you can watch after the fact. I don't know that there's a live stream of the show.
Well, it's only an hour show, right? Hour and 15 or something like that?
I don't know. I've listened to their podcast many times now.
Indeed.
Big fan.
God, I tell you, one of my favorite things with Joe Susha is he was all pissed off at me about 37 years ago. It was hilarious. He going, that son of a bitch. He was going off that. Although I don't think I know anybody in radio, TV, or newspapers who didn't call me a sumbitch at some point.
I'm so excited for you two to be talking to each other. I think it's going to be
good.
So fun.
But everybody's going to be
What'd you do? That's my question.
Right.
Why was Such pissed?
I don't know. He might have been a smart ass about something. I know that's hard to believe, that I'd be a wise ass. But, no, I don't remember what the hell it even was. It had something to do with Monday Night Sports Talk, I think, if I remember correctly. Because he and, God, I haven't talked to Patrick Royce in a billion years. I haven't seen him in a long time.
Hook you two up.
I really got to get together. He and I played golf one time, and I can't remember where the hell we even were. But if you wanted to see two guys who sucked anymore, you wouldn't have been able to find them. We took over the suckiness title that day. It was brutal.
Probably a nice course, though.
It was, yeah.
If you're wandering around, head on over to the My Talk building and look for Holly. Holly really wants to meet you.
My Talk building?
My Talk area. I didn't mean building.
It's not a building.
It's a building.
It's literally right next to where...
They just built a palace for My Talk.
As they should.
Who am I asking for?
Holly.
Oh, Holly.
She's
okay.
the producer on the morning show, and last time I was hanging out with her, she goes, "I really want to meet Tom Barnard." I was like, "Really?"
Oh, on the My Talk morning show?
Yeah, on Jason Alexis. She literally said, "Yeah, of course I do. I would love to meet him." And I was like, "Well, you can anytime. You can come to the show." And she goes, "Brittany, I'm on the air at the same time. So if you went and said hi to Holly, she would be."
Well, isn't she going to be gone by the time I get there?
Probably not. They actually work there. Like, they're not like me.
Unlike you, would just leave at like 9:01 or whatever the hell time.
I'm shocked I'm still here. You're welcome.
Jesus Christ, that's unbelievable.
Go say hi to Holly. She'll get a big kick out of that.
So Holly
The building.
in the My Talk studios.
I'm in the Skor North Castle right now, by the
Yeah,
way.
you're the castle, okay.
The wing.
It's the Skor North Castle.
Your
It
guys'
beats the
little
My Talk
wing.
building. It's just a huge castle. I'm on the top floor. It's fantastic. I'm looking down, passing judgment.
As soon as I saw that ceiling, I knew exactly where you were.
But is it really the old 1500 studios?
It's just right
No,
next.
they redid them in the early 90s, I think. And I
Mhm.
think you might have been downstairs back in the day.
We were on the second floor, I know that.
Oh.
Okay, that's where I am. But I've been told that this area was redone in the 90s.
Yeah, that's probably true. So I had been fired long before that. It was like 1975, I think. Isn't that amazing? I started there in 1973, worked there 73, 74, 75. I left, and then I get hired back 50 years later. Or isn't that amazing?
It's a great
Well,
story.
I guess I didn't
You
get
kidding?
hired back. We were in a partnership, but no, I love that building. I've always loved that. I mean, to be a kid in North Minneapolis and come out of there and realize that I worked in that building, that really that meant a lot to me, man. It was huge. But that staff also, and I know I'm talking way, way back in the day, but when you walk in the building, you got Knapp and Bush in there, you got Steve Hatley, you got Steve Shannon, you got Joe Hager, I mean, my God, what a crew they had. Because Machine Gun Kelly was leaving. I didn't replace him. That's not what I'm saying, but he left the same time that I came.
And that
different Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah.
Well,
MGK.
there are about 50 of them now. Everybody's Machine Gun Kelly.
I actually am also Machine Gun. I can't
Machine
even say.
Gun. Machine Gun.
Whose boots have your bed been under?
But yeah, it's going to be so great to be back. Because I went on and did the TV show. That was nice. They were very pleasant. You know what I mean? But yeah, so it'll be good to be back in the building. But you're going to be working, you said, so I can't come and say hello to you.
You just stop by. I just can't actually go downstairs and vouch for you, but stop by, rap on the door, walk in. I don't care about that. That'll be great.
You think if I ask for Holly, she'll come and pick me up?
Probably.
And show me where you are?
Just that. Amy's gonna let you in. Quit being nervous.
I don't want to hang out with Amy. It'll be a pain in the ass. It'll be horrible.
Oh, you like hanging out with mom at work.
Hey man, I'd say Judd and Phil let me in on their show at the golf show, and I called their audience
see?
pussies. So you should have no problem just showing up and walking in.
knew it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. You're Tom Barnard.
Well, that means a lot. Oh boy, no doubt about it. Anyway, so yeah, I'm coming over today. Looking forward to it. But yeah, after walking back in that building after all those years, that was something else, man. It was pretty amazing. It is an iconic building. You can't even doubt that, right?
It's iconic. Yes.
It's very cool.
I love that building, especially on the weekends when I used to work there and it would be too cold. I just walk around that building and take weird pictures. They have mirrors everywhere, including like the ceiling. It's just the wildest building. It's like Mad Men.
Why do they have mirrors on the ceiling? That kind of scares me.
Me too, but I was into it.
I want to be able to see your butt crack when we're banging. Great. Jesus.
There's a conference room.
Oh, am I lying?
Brittany, just stop. Brittany, just stop.
I don't
right
care.
now.
There's a conference room right next to. There's a conference room right next to where you eat. That is all mirrors. All mirrors.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
I can only speculate, but I love it.
Because of the butt crack thing?
I'm sure they want to see it's butt cracks plural. Because if you're having a whole room dedicated to mirrors, you're not having sex with one person.
Ooh, very good point.
Yeah, it makes the room and your ass look bigger. That's why they have
That's
all
what
those
you're
mirrors.
going
Probably
for.
true. That's probably true.
I usually shove myself in the corner to make it look smaller.
It's a real fun house going on over at Hubbard, apparently.
Yeah.
It's the best, man.
Right.
There's no question about it. The best of all time. One of my great arguments is the security guy, this is, again, 50 years ago, comes up to me and says, you cannot park your car where you're parking your car. And I said, why not? They said, because that's Mr. Hubbard's parking spot. It says right on there, Stanley Hubbard the first or senior or whatever the hell it said. I said, I do 10 to 2 at night. I'm pretty sure he doesn't need it then. That was not a good argument. They did not accept that as an argument, so that was it for parking in that spot, baby. What are you going to do?
That space is to remain clear at all times.
You horn tootin'. So what else you got? Everything else good?
Everything else is great.
Can the Twins win the game today?
Fact that your team can't win a game. I mean,
well, can they win tonight, though?
Well, I don't know. They can't score runs again now. You just never know with this team. It drives you absolutely crazy. It's ruining your summer actively right now as far as Twins fan. And we're not even to summer yet. I will say this: the one interesting bit of completely off the field news for the Twins is that the judge is going to hear this Bally's and consequently Bally Sports North case today.
Oh, right.
And
that's right.
If he rules in favor of the Twins and Bally's doesn't make the payment, there is a chance that within a few days that the Twins in baseball will take control, take the telecast off Bally's entirely, and
Really?
find a streaming option.
Wow.
Would that be DTV or MLB, I suppose?
It'd be MLB of some sort. The Padres did this yesterday and announced immediately that their games were not going to be on Bally Sports in San Diego. And they're going to take control, and I think they're going to initially put them on for free streaming.
Oh, okay.
And then they're going to find a way around that.
So I have a question.
This is not good.
No, it's
for
not.
me.
I have a question for you.
I don't want to work to find my games.
How do you not make money with baseball? Is baseball, has the audience fallen that far off?
You know, I think it's a two-pronged answer. I think the first part is it's not baseball. It's the fact that when they bought these RSNs from Disney, that they did it with a ton of debt service. So I think what they are is financially in a lot of trouble that has nothing to do with baseball. But the thing that they told the Padres was, your TV deal is not worth what we're paying you, so unless it goes down, we're done paying you. Which is really weird, but that's what they said.
But I mean, I understand their point. It's like carrying the Miami games. Nobody goes to those baseball games. I was shocked because Catherine and I went to a Twins game. The Twins opened their season in Miami, as a matter of fact, I believe, if I remember correctly. But Catherine and I went down, hopped the Bright Line, and went down to the stadium. And there was nobody there. And the people who were there, in Miami, Florida, 2/3 of them were wearing Twins caps. Isn't that weird?
Everybody's so kind of vapid in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Plus Midwestern sports fans, we travel very well.
Yeah,
we love our sports teams.
That is true, and it was very, very evident that day. But it was kind of cool because I ran into a kid whose father was a big listener. So that was really cool. You know, he's like... he wants to. Well, actually, this show hadn't even. Oh no, it had started.
It had started because we posted that photo.
Right.
Yeah,
that's right. It had started. So, it's a nice stadium. It was very, very good. The chow was good and all the rest of it. Nobody cares about that team down there. I don't know how much longer they can stay there. Nobody cares. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, and the A's are what? Going to supposedly the A's are going to
Vegas.
Vegas, yeah,
Tampa
2028.
Bay
Are they
to
really?
Vegas.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Yeah. The Tampa Bay Rays are still stuck in that crappy dome.
Oh, the
in St.
Saddle
Pete.
Dome or whatever the hell that thing's called. Isn't it called?
Well, it's Tropicana Field now.
Yeah, now it's Tropicana Field. That's right. I love that. They finally named the stadium Tropicana Field after they don't grow oranges in Florida anymore.
Sure.
It's like, what?
It is time
It's
now.
time. We don't grow oranges, so let's call it Tropicana. Oh, okay.
We'll convince them that we do still.
I remember 1975 when I went to work. 76, I'm sorry. I went to work in Jacksonville, Florida. You drove anywhere in Florida, you were going to run into an orange grove. I'll tell you that, man. So even 50 years ago, there were orange groves everywhere, and now you have a bitch of a time finding one in Florida.
Why is that?
Because it's much cheaper to grow it in South America.
Really?
Even if you ship it up, it's because they pay people there like $2 an hour.
Sure.
You know. I guess that's
What was Jacksonville like back then, Tom? Because I mean, it's still backward as far as I'm concerned, and it's 2023.
I got a great Jacksonville story for you, brother. So I was Catman still back in those days. Catman doing 6 to 10 at night at WAPE, the Big Ape. In and by the way, Tevin, I'm glad you're here because you can support me because they'll be calling me a racist again after I tell this story. But honest to God, it was a whole different setup. Downtown Jacksonville is an island. You know that, right? And there are several different colored bridges that you can cross to get over there. So I get to town, I got nothing to do, and I believe it wasn't the original one. What the hell was the name of that movie again? Damn it, I just watched it again about 2 weeks ago, but I can't. Superfly.
Mm-hmm.
Superfly Part 2 had just come out. So I went down to the Jacksonville Theater to watch Superfly. And I got there, the movie had just started, so I walk in.
So the theater was empty?
Theater was full. Theater was packed.
Black people are always late, so it's just, never mind. Keep
going. But see, the movie had already started.
Okay.
So I realized after the movie was over and the lights came on, I was the only honky in the building, right? It was a true story. So I'm walking out, and this gigantic black man walks up to me and goes, "Hey, man, where are you from?" And I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Well, I know you're not from around here. Where are you from?" And I said, "Minneapolis." He goes, "Your first lesson. Did you just get here?" And I said, "Yep." He goes, "Don't ever come back down here by yourself again." I said, "You got it, sir. Matter of fact, I'll be leaving right now."
And typically when strangers ask you where you're from,
Yeah.
not a good sign.
It's not a good sign, man.
It's like when that one girl was jump roping. Where was that?
That was in New Orleans.
Yeah. And she said
heard that story.
It was so good. It's so spooky.
I don't think so.
A friend of mine, 2 o'clock in the morning, couldn't sleep. He's in New Orleans, about a block off the strip there. And he's at a hotel. He can't sleep, so he goes downstairs and sits on the front steps of the hotel and smokes a cigar at 2 o'clock in the morning. It's 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
He said about a 7-year-old girl comes skipping rope down the street. She's like 7 at 2 o'clock in the morning. She's by herself. And she goes up, and she's still skipping rope. She goes, "What are you doing, mister?" He goes, "Well, I'm just enjoying my cigar." "Well, I'll tell you what. You know where you are?" And he goes, "Yeah, I know where I am." She goes, "Well, mister," and she's still jumping rope the whole time. She goes, "Mister, you better get inside before somebody kills you."
This,
Like,
yeah.
holy
I'm going inside.
I'm calling it a cab and I'm getting on a flight out.
Yeah.
I'm just going to fly right out of town.
That definitely has the vibe of immediately airport.
Yes.
Immediately airport.
No, thank you.
A 7-year-old
That's
girl.
a great start to a movie. Is
Oh,
what that is
oh
right
yeah,
there.
absolutely. Somebody should
Like
use
that's
that.
the script.
You got to leave now because otherwise you're going to be late. I don't want you to be late, man.
All right. Stop
Bye,
by and say hi.
All right, I will stop by and say hello. I should get over there about 11:30 today, 11:20 to 12, something like that.
All right, cool. Talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks, Bally. I like it immensely, as a matter of fact. He disappeared. Is he still in there? I can't see.
Yeah, he's on the phone.
Oh, he's on the. Oh, he's
Yep.
probably bringing Jamie Kennedy into the conversation. I'm thinking that's what the deal is. Well, I'm just wondering if we should take a break here and then go to Jamie Kennedy since we got an opening here.
That makes sense.
Because that way we can just clear the decks until and Jamie can be on as long as or as short as he wants to.
I'm sorry. What were you guys asking?
Should we just go to break before Jamie? Or
Yeah, we can go to break before Jamie. That's fine. Let's do that.
That's a great idea. Okay, we'll be right back. A couple minutes. Jamie Kennedy, our special guest, up next.
This is the Tom Barnard Morning Show.
There's a guy named Tom Cross who likes to do kite things. Tom takes the phrase, go fly a kite, to an extreme, and for years goes all over the country in search of great kite flying events. Lincoln City, Oregon comes to mind, with Chinook winds and 7 miles of pristine beach that draws folks from all over North America for the best kite flying conditions in the world. Tom brings a little Minnesota with him when he goes to Lincoln City in his new Forest River RV Rockwood Roo, 19 expandable trailer, of course, that he hauls from Niemeyer Trailer Sales in Albertville and Elko, Newmarket, Minnesota. Niemeyer Trailer Sales is the only place Tom would prepare his next kite flight. Solar panels, full bath, exterior griddle, double-door refrigerator, queen beds, and sleeps 6 every night in the RV Rockwood from the place that is your family-owned guide to RV trailers and truck accessories since 1965. This is Tom. Visit my friends at Niemeyer Trailer Sales and take your passion on the road. Niemeyer Trailer Sales. Go to NIEMEYERS.com. Niemeyer Trailer Sales.
It's the Memorial Day auction from Air Mechanical. Your chance to save up to 70% on items. Like this. You can save up to 70% on these amazing items and services. Bid now on a super high efficiency plus condensing tankless water heater from Renai. Enjoy an endless supply of hot water. Also bid on AeroSeal duct sealing. Very effective way to improve the efficiency of heating and cooling systems by reducing air leakage. Just go to TomBernardShow.com and enter keyword auction to bid now. That's TomBernardShow.com and enter keyword auction.
As you know, my friend Mike Lindell has a passion to help everyone get the best sleep of your life. He didn't stop by simply creating the best pillow. Mike created the Giza Dream bed sheets. They look and feel great, which means an even better night's sleep for me, which is crucial for my busy schedule. Mike found the world's best cotton. It's called Giza. It's ultra soft and breathable, but extremely durable. Mike's Giza sheets come with a 60-day money-back guarantee and a 10-year warranty. Giza Dream Sheets come in a variety of sizes and colors. Mike's latest incredible deal is the sale of the year. For a limited time, you'll receive 50% off the Giza Dream Sheets. You'll receive a set for as low as $29.98. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio podcast square, and use promo code TOM. There you'll find not only this amazing offer, but also deep discounts on all MyPillow products, including the MyPillow 2.0 mattress topper, MyPillow towel sheets, and so much more. Call 800-516-5146. Use promo code TOM. Or go to MyPillow.com. Make sure you use the promo code TOM. I hate it when you make the pictures bigger because now I can see these people even better. Damn it.
I have something in my nose.
You got to give the people what they want.
Give them skin.
Just a little bug action. Is that what you're looking at?
I have a stain on my shirt underneath. I discovered, so I kept to keep it.
You have a stain on your shirt?
Yeah. Well, first off, I have a bunch of popcorn on me that I just discovered. But I've got this weird mystery.
Looks like wine.
It's not wine. I had wine thrown at me in the morning. I got into a fight on the way.
Unbelievable. Would you let me know when he's ready to go, if you would?
Jamie's good.
Oh, he's good to go now. Yeah. Jamie Kennedy, ladies and gentlemen, how you doing, sir?
What's up, man?
Nothing, but I'm really happy that you're here because I was just handed the promo sheet this morning to talk about the interview. I've interviewed you many, many times. When I was at KQRS for 37 years, you were on tons of times, and it's great to have you on this show. We've moved to podcasting because it's the future, and I get to talk to you, but I wanted to talk to you, number one, because you've been in studio many times, too. But is that your I'm going to collect money face that you got your picture on here? Have you seen the picture that they send out about you?
No, which one?
You got a look on your face like, I'm going to whoop your ass. You got that look on your face. It's phenomenal.
Really?
Yeah. You look very serious.
I'd like a tip, so maybe it's like I like a tip face.
I would like a tip face, ladies and gentlemen. Jamie Kennedy, Loons.
I can't control what they send around me. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's a good picture, Jamie. Don't get me wrong. It's a really good picture of you. You just look very serious.
Oh! I know the one, the hat. Yeah.
Sure.
That's from an NBC show that I did a show called Heartbeat in 2016, and did you ever see it?
Mm-hmm. I've seen everything you've ever done, Buster. Let me put it that way.
That's why it got canceled after 6 episodes.
Because of me. Because I watched it.
Because because no one saw it. But thank you, buddy.
Oh, it's my pleasure. You got some great stuff coming up. Loons on the Lake Comedy Festival, plus $10,000 comedy competition, June 21st to the 24th at Crooners in Fridley. And by the way, I love Crooners in Fridley. I have a special connection because my brother, who's no longer with us, was a bartender at Crooners for a long time. So I used to go over and see my brother. Loved that place. Jamie Kennedy, Jimmy Walker, Erica Rhodes, Don McMillan. Jamie will be appearing on June 22nd. I want to hear all about that. Loonsonthelake.com for tickets and venue info. Yeah, you're going to have a good time there, Jamie. You'll have a really good time.
Yeah, it's the first time they're having this festival. It's put on by my friend Randy Lubis, who's a very funny comic, and also he owned the club out here in L.A. for 30 years. And, I've been hearing a lot about Crooners in different places, so I'm excited to be there.
No, you'll have a great time. Plus the fact, if you come to Minnesota, you want to come on June 22nd because the weather is kicked into summertime mode. It already has. It's in the 90s now, as a matter of fact. But when you come to Minnesota, you definitely want to come like late May, June, July, August, and September. That's about it. It's too cold other than that, Jamie.
L.A., we're about 60, so we're the opposite.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know what's going on.
And what are you going to do? So everything's been good?
Yeah, by the way, not to be boring and past 50, but one of the best airports is Minnesota.
Woo!
Why do you think that? That's interesting. You bring that up.
I fly all the time, and it's like when I get a layover, I always pick that one because it's got the dopest ramen spot, great coffee.
Yeah.
It's super high-end now.
Mm-hmm. It is.
It's got great food, and it's also close together, so you can have like the world's best donuts, and like you said, ramen, and then an amazing burger. I love it there.
There's the shop where you just kind of grab and swipe.
Yeah.
Like it's very futuristic. So I pick it as my layover. This is exciting stuff. This is what you're going to hear about in the festival.
No, this is very exciting
well,
stuff.
I'm your demographic with that. I'm like, yes, that is a bomb airport.
It is, though.
It'll all work out. And by the way, the next time you're in there, it's either Barrio or Crispin Green. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, we're only allowed to eat at those.
Yes.
I wonder why.
Yeah, me too. Anyway, moving forward, ladies and gentlemen. So life's been good. You've been working very, very hard, have you?
I've been on the road, since like the beginning of last summer, and I feel like, since the pandemic, whatever, if it's over or not, who knows? I guess it is, who knows? But people have been more voracious. The crowds are credible, every week there's new cities that want to do shows, and it's a wonderful time. I mean, I think people more and more want to laugh,
Oh, no question. Well, Jamie, I'll tell you, it's because of COVID. It's been a long time. We finally are starting to get comedians back in the studio now after almost 3 years. A lot of people didn't travel. So to have you guys back on the road and appearing at great places like Crooners and Fridley or wherever you're appearing, it's just really, we need comedy on this show. There's no question about it. We've invited comedians on the show starting 37 years ago when people didn't invite comedians on shows ever. But it's a very important part of our life, and I am so happy that you guys are back on the road, back working again, and people can go have a good time. A few laughs might be good, man, because every time I watch the news, I want to laugh, and I just can't. It's too serious. So, we need humor.
Yeah. I mean, really, comics are like the news now. I mean, I think we say more stuff than the news does.
Yep.
So I feel like, people really have a healthy distrust of anything. So if they're coming to a club, they either want to just go crazy and go screw everything, or they want to just totally escape. And I'm there for both. I really want to help people just enjoy the night, because I know they've worked hard, and I feel like, it's my job to give them a good time.
No question about it. Jamie will be appearing at Crooners in Fridley on June 22nd. Loonsonthelake.com. That's loonsonthelake.com for ticket and venue information. Rudy, when do you want me to talk about the passes? Should I wait on that?
Yeah, we can. We'll wait until we get Jamie off, and then we can.
Okay.
Talk about that. Yep.
I just want to make sure because, Yeah, I'm telling you, honest to God, Jamie, where you're going, Crooners got great foods, got a great bar. Just hang out there. I think you're really going to enjoy it. It's right on. It's in a great part of town, no question about it. You'll have a really good time.
It's a comedy club, right? Or as a room. I hope I'm not perform. I hate it when I perform and I'm interrupting people's dinners.
Right, you don't want to be performing as you can hear the bartender clanking his bottles in the back and servers taking
I'm
orders.
literally asking, does anybody need a refill?
There you go.
There's sometimes when we do shows, it's like we're interfering. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, there'll be none of that. They'll take care of you out there, Crooners. No
Yeah, you'll be. I think there's an outdoor area that they have for
yeah.
For the headliners that night. Yeah. Jamie, I just got done rewatching Heckler. I don't know if any of you guys on the show have seen. It's one of the best. If you're a comedian or you love stand-up comedy, watch Jamie Kennedy's Heckler because it's one of those quintessential. Films about stand-up that just really dives in super deep into not only just the performance side of it, but the psyche side of it. And I just wanted to say, that one, that every time I watch that doc, I just get fired up to get back on stage.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Thank you, buddy. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it's more relevant than ever. You know, I think people are more entitled than ever. There's a voracious appetite for people to really want to watch comedy, but there's also a voracious appetite for people to want to interrupt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
And, yeah, they think, well, because of social media and because of, you can see a lot of comedy on Instagram and TikTok and clips, and so people just feel that, it's the old adage, I hate to say it, but it's like when people interrupt and then you deal with them and then there's a laugh, a lot of people go, oh, well, I made the show better. I helped the show.
I helped the show.
Yeah, and it's like, well, I bought a condo in Florida and I never met you and I seemed to do it without your help and I bought it through comedy residuals, but I guess maybe you're going to help me get another one. I don't know.
It might happen.
It's fine in a way because, like I said, I feel like more and more we just got we're helping people. I hate to sound like that, but
it's true,
comedy isn't so much about me anymore. It's about people. Well, thank you. And so I try not to really ever be rude to them, but more and more, it's kind of live entertainment is going to be heckled. People just feel they're part of the show.
But I don't know why you'd want to do it. I got a very, very quick story for you, Jamie, about 1 minute.
Go for it.
We're at a local club. Well, Acme Comedy Club. You've been there many, many times.
Yeah, Louis Lee, legend.
There you go. Absolutely. So I'm there, and a friend of mine is on stage. I won't even say who it was. But there was a guy sitting up front who was very drunk and started heckling my friend, the comedian, okay? And whenever I would go to a show, if I get a chance to come by on June 22nd, which I intend to do, I will bring my friend Fitz with me. And Brittany, you know Fitz.
Yeah.
So this guy starts heckling my buddy up on stage, and you'd know him. He's a very well-known comedian. But he's just being a prick to him. So my buddy looks over at Fitz, who's 6'5", weighs about 340 pounds. The guy stopped heckling right away. I will tell you that, Jamie. So, if you need Fitz and me to come by to make sure nobody heckles you, we'll come by. We'll take care of it for you.
I think every show can use a Fitz.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think there's no
But it's
question.
not really. You know what else? It's not. You know who usually heckles? I hate to say this. Don't get mad, Brittany. White women.
100%.
How dare you assume I'm white?
White women in their late 40s. I know you're in your early 30s.
Thank
and
you.
they got that third Truly in them or fourth White Claw. You know what?
All right.
Phenomenal.
All right, I know, I have 90 friends who are exactly who you're talking about, and you're not wrong, Jamie. You're not wrong.
and they're going to go to Crooners on the lake the 22nd.
They are indeed.
They're coming for you.
Oh, people are insisting that I tell who it was. It was actually Andy Kindler who was on stage, and the guy started being such a prick to Andy. And I love Andy Kindler.
Wow.
Andy's a wonderful guy.
That's not somebody you want to heckle because Andy is like could dice somebody up. Very quickly.
Yeah, and there's nothing better than a heckler getting put in their place. Like when I was working at the House of Comedy, we had Jimmy Schubert on stage. This guy in the back is just trying to like let Jimmy have it on. Like, you're not funny, blah, blah, blah. And so Jimmy finally gets this guy. He's like, hey, you want to come up on stage? You think you're funny? Like, you can come up here and tell some jokes.
Yeah.
So this guy gets up, walks on stage.
No.
Schubert, like,
so much anxiety.
Before the guy, like, he's like, okay, hold on, like, don't start yet. The guy goes, and Jimmy then goes back into the back, sits in the guy's chair next to this guy's wife, puts his arm around his wife, and he yells from the back, he's like, all right, go. And the second the guy touches the mic and he's about to say, like, I don't know what I'm going to say, Jimmy just boos and screams at him, and like the whole crowd just bursts out laughing. But it's like, guys, it's not easy just to get up and go on stage and tell some jokes. Like, mind your business.
Yeah, mind your business.
That was the guy's wife. That
was the best part. Arm around the wife. And, it was awesome.
That is terrific. So, Jamie, you just coming in for the one day on June 22nd?
I'm coming in for the 22nd. We're selling pretty good. If we sell out, we're going to add a second show. And then,
good.
Yeah, and then I think we're going to have a golf tournament for charity on the Friday. I'm not sure the details yet, so I'm probably going to be there 2 days.
Oh God! If you get a chance to stop by the station, that'd be great, man. Stop by.
I would love that. It's been a minute since I've really been inside a studio. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know.
It's weird. It's so different now.
Mm-hmm.
Tom, did I hear
but
you? Sorry.
I really would like some. I would really like some of that radio station coffee.
Oh yeah, we got that covered. Don't worry about a thing. It'll be really horrible. I can promise you that.
Yeah.
If
I always wondered when I walked into like a Clear One station, it's like $1 billion company, and they never had real creamer. It's like I think you can afford non-powdered creamer.
Well, not anymore. They can't.
Oh, Jamie, I used to work at a station that the owner used to make me bring water to people. Like, ask if they want water. I'd say, hey, do you want some water? And I'd have to like find a clean cup, like clean a coffee cup up and give them sink water, and it was mortifying. I would like set it down and run away.
Why? That's so funny. Why is it that they never have a clean cup? You're right. Why is that?
So
I don't get it. Jamie, I know you got to hit the road here, but yeah, please. And again, the show is about a little over 3 weeks away. So anytime you want to pop on and sell some more tickets, we'd love to have you, pal. It's always great to hear your voice.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your kind words.
No, it's true.
I'm going to be at Crooners. It's going to be great. I've definitely come into the studio, man, and I appreciate you guys having me. And I'm sorry about your brother, but hopefully we can keep the memory good there.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. Rudy, you got any final salutations?
No, man. Obviously, I'm a big Jamie Kennedy fan, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be gone that Friday, so when you just announced the golf tournament, a little bit of me died inside because to swing the sticks with Jamie Kennedy would have been a lifelong dream, but now that you're gone. But, yeah, man. By the way, as Tom was mentioning, we do have passes.
Yeah.
So we'll take the first 5 callers. We'll get you guys set up for the preliminary rounds for the comedy competition over at Loons on the Lake.
Jamie, I will tell you this. All the many, many years that you've been popping on shows that I've been doing in this market, and again, it's been 52 years I've been doing shows in this market, so you're always a very pleasant guest, and I cannot wait to see you and shake your hand again, pal.
Well, thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate it, man.
All right.
I'm definitely going to try to come in the studio when I'm there. I'll call in again, okay?
Yes, please do. All right, we'll see you in a few weeks, all right?
Thank you, buddy.
Thanks.
You guys have a good one, okay?
You too.
Jamie.
All right,
Jamie
bye-bye.
Kennedy, ladies and gentlemen. I've always liked that guy. Always.
What? Oh, he's the best, isn't he?
Great guy.
Yeah.
So cool.
Mm-hmm.
And Crooners is a great venue.
Sure.
I love that place. You used to go up there all the time. My brother would be singing or whatever. Little tendon bar. I don't know. Going up there would make me miss him, though. That would be because I have not been back there since he died, so it'd be a little difficult. But we'll get through it. All right, we got to wrap this up, man.
Yeah, real quick. 952-600-2575. First 5 callers, what you guys set up over at Loons on the Lake for the comedy competition.
There you have it.
I was just going to let him fade it out. But
I know. I was waiting, so I just.
No, now that
He was
now that you
staring
said,
at us.
now that you said, okay, well, see, now it's ruined.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry that I.
It's really uncomfortable, isn't it?
I realized you thought he was going to be playing music, and he thought you were going to keep going. My bad.
I think she just has anxiety from that time she messed up the Judd spot and didn't say anything.
Yes,
So that's what it
exactly.
is.
Wow.
And again, if I wanted to keep talking, he played the music, I'd like this. Stop the music!
Hey, Tevin. 9 times 4.
9 times 4, 36.
Oh, not bad.
Yeah.